Coming along great, Rip. Hey, pre-notification gang. I did see Mudahar say Sonic Frontiers is good. That makes me optimistic for it. What are we doing tonight? No big plans, we'll figure it out. Is there a Ragnarok early release? Nah, just the journalist publications get it early for the reviews. Hear about Aaron Carter? Yeah, I did. That's sad. Maybe the tier 1 straw baby. You see about Jeff Bezos? What happened? Things are resub tough. And Sam. Westworld got canceled. I saw. I don't know what that. I don't know who that is. Clip. There's the resub. Dank cheese. There's a tier 1 rabbit in the prime Ode or OD in the resub delicious. Maxiety and tier 1 pudding. Oh, Andrew Tate's nudes leaked. Hype. Thanks resub fastest in the bits Mac. Thanks to resub Old Boy Dix in the prime Skywalker and resub Deku. Kind of goofy shenanigans. Nothing super huge off rip. I do want to talk about the Carl situation for a bit, but we'll get to that a little later. Thanks to Prime Gabriel. And the resub Booga and Prime Zai. They give sub Spino. I am freshly washed. I just got out of the shower. Thanks to 5 gift subs Notorious. And the Prime Foreman. Yeah, I saw Logan Paul tore his ACL, MCL, all that shit. He's really laying it all on the line for the WWE. Good for him. Oh, thank you for the 5k bits, Panda. Thank you for the generosity. Thanks to the Prime Tapu and Bits Dowland. They give sub Kate and resub Tyrone. And the resub Lore Master. Thanks to the Prime FP and the resub Bunny, Bones, and Bits Poob. No plan for tonight, we'll figure it out. After everything that happened with the chant last night, I'm not super confident in playing like a big game, but we'll see. Thanks to the resub. Pudgy. Thanks to the Bits Panda and resub Chazzy. I was not playing Genji Ball before stream. You see Corvette going ghost mode during a police chase. What does that mean? That's the first... What the fuck? Was it like listening to me when I said that? Or is it just a really popular video? How the fuck would typing in Corvette yield the first response autofill of ghost mode? It's a pretty popular video. Okay, so that's probably all it was. No need to get the tinfoil hat on. I'll check it out. I don't exactly know what going ghost mode means, so... Thanks to resub Demon, Tile, Cat, Nichols, and the gift sub Jinx, Ja, and the resub Yulo. Thanks to tier 1 Cat. You see that someone on the set for Equalizer 3 got caught with cocaine. Is that big news? I just always assumed on all the big Hollywood sets there was plenty of cocaine to go around. Thank you for another 2,700 bits, Panda. Thank you for the generosity. Thanks for resub Pepper. Resub Dangerous. Thanks to the resub Zozo and Trey. Should catch up with the entirety of The Walking Dead so you can watch the last episodes. No. Unironically, I thought about it. But then I remembered how fucking boring the show was. I can't do it. It's too much. That's asking too much. Thanks to the resub. Tulips. Necro, Near, Lion, and the 5 gift subs Panda, and the gift subs Scotty. Chainsaw Man's been good so far. The resubs to Sochi and Bits Oni. I'm sure I've seen that at some point, Oni. Exhibit Shadow and Ikomo. I have only seen that one thread from like a month ago, Ikomo. I haven't seen anything since. Yeah, of course I saw the Aaron Carter news. Aaron Carter, his debut album, was the first CD I ever purchased. At least I think it was the first CD I ever purchased. It was, if not the first, one of the first. And I remember walking through the middle school hallways, the CD fell out of my backpack, and people laughed at me. So then I had to enjoy my Aaron Carter privately. Thanks to resub Pyrite, Timmy in the Prime, Shadow, and Tom. Fucking terrible what happened to his life, man. Not even, like, the whole situation is fucked up, but I feel like he just never got around people that actually had his best interest at heart. Aaron Carter was hard addicted to drugs for a long time, for a very long time. I don't think they've published the cause of his death right now, but it wouldn't be surprising to hear it's drug related given his history, and it's so fucking sad. He's a resub, Edson, and Iron. Yeah, Aaron Carter passed away today. He's a resub, Matt. And Absolti. Yeah, Aaron Carter had Aaron's Party, I Want Candy, How I Beat Shaq. Like, he had, like, heaters back in the day. He was, like, the prototype for Justin Bieber. And he even said that one time when Bieber gave him some shit. Like, he paved the way for that entire trend. Aaron Carter was the top of the food chain. He's the resub Matt in Tier 2 Orphan. Thank you, Orphan. He's a gift sub Pro Sniper. And the resub Larry. What's his brother's name? Nick Carter. He's the bits TK. And the resub Young Boy. Nick was in the Backstreet Boys, right? I think so. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember all the Backstreet Boys actually, but I'm pretty sure Nick was, yeah. Into the resub Pose. Yeah, towards, I don't know, probably like 2016, 2017, Aaron Carter used to like publicly call out his brother, like always shitting on them, always shitting on him. It was a huge public ordeal. He's a resub Julio. And thanks to the bitch shark. And the resub sketch. And the tier 1 foreman. And the resub Totona. You gonna watch? Yeah, I will. I saw One Piece Red yesterday. It was a lot better than I expected. I still don't understand the point in making non-canon movies, but it was still enjoyable. Always wondered what happened to him. They'd always play the I Want Candy commercial promoting his album or something. Yep. I remember the advertisements you're talking about. I'm pretty sure it wasn't for his album. It was for Now That's What I Call Music, I'm pretty sure. But he had like 3 songs on there because he was always topping the Billboard with his debut album. Let's see what this ghost mode shit is. This thing better straight up disappear. This is... Whoa! Holy shit, he went ghost. So going ghost just means turning off all the lights. Because he shut off his brake lights, I'm guessing, is the main thing. to cover the plates. Yeah. Exhibits Clip and Ikomo, and the resub Thriller and Gion. Does he know they restarted Cops? Yeah, I do. Hold on, quick text message. Easy tier 1 Vindictive and the resub Meat, a Johnny, and the Bits Mac. And the resub CD. The Prime Okay and resub Nero. And Psycho. Amy Schumer got a second season of the show with Michael Cera. Can't remember what that one's called. Sad day for television watchers. Oh, God. Thanks, resub Saint Jesus. Why, this one's not going to be cool. Is the World Series over? Things recent corn dogs. Astros won. Nice. Did they cheat this time? Mass Effect. What is Mass Effect Day? Is it like the anniversary of when the first one came out or something? Yeah, this is a pretty underwhelming chase, as I would have expected. Unless it has a cool ending. Not really. November 7th. Oh, I see. November 7th for N7. Gotcha. Thanks, resub Voracious, Aerodynamic, and Tier 1 Calf. Or, Freezing. Can you launch Rise of the Most Broken Fighting Game, Sailor Moon S Esports? What? What the fuck is that? Sailor Moon S. Oh, this is the same channel that did the Mega Man coverage for the old Mega Man Game Boy game.
The fighting game community is filled with small, passionate communities that have kept games alive years and even decades after their release.
This seems like a big event.
From Third Strike to Melee, games that long ago faded into obscurity or were replaced with new versions are kept alive by the fans who fell in love with them all those years ago, and the new converts they bring in all these years later. The game we're talking about today never got the chance to build up a legacy fan base outside of Japan. It languished in almost perfect obscurity for decades, only coming to light thanks to the persistent dedication of a few individuals who stumbled upon this hidden gem.
Have you seen the Tekken Double KO?
Is filled with some of the wildest, most overpowered bullshit you'll ever see in a fighting game. This is Sailor Moon S.
It can't be more broken than Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Every character has his touch of death.
Released for the Super Famicom in 1994. The game was developed by future Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ creators, Arc System Works.
Pretty good
The game
resume.
is based on the popular anime and manga series Sailor Moon and is set during the 3rd season of the anime.
Its
Its 9 playable
Moth,
characters
Tier 1
come from the series'
Afric,
main cast,
Prime FSV,
known as Sailor
resub
Scouts, Sailor Venus,
Huge,
Sailor Mars,
Chris,
etc.,
and Bits J.
along with the addition of Chibi Moon, Sailor
I
Moon's
can't stand
daughter
Ghost
from the
Rider.
future. On its surface,
was
Sailor
not a
Moon
fan of that
S
guy.
looks like a standard fighting game, with typical Street Fighter-esque movement inputs and super moves which become available at low health. Where the game departs from its peers is in the freedom of expression and truly insane things that characters can do.
And I sat down and tried the game, and it felt kind of like, it was like playing ST. If you've ever played Street Fighter 2 Turbo, that game is very busted, but it's very fun, but it's very kind of silly in terms of like...
I feel like that's just
things you
most
can
early
do to
fighting
people.
games.
Things you can die immediately in ST, right? Like, you know. So Sailor Moon kind of felt like that, which initially made it like fun to jump into, but also like the ease of execution.
I'm guessing this is
like,
an
keep
infinite
going.
loop here.
So doing stuff like that in ST is very hard. The way the game reads inputs is very strict. Sailor Moon, it was a lot easier to jump into.
And we really want to emphasize the insanity of this game. Sailor Moon S is utterly unbalanced, bordering on being completely broken. From overwhelming command grabs to unbalanced chip damage to 100% combos, there are a lot of mechanics
That sounds just
simply
like Battle for the
wouldn't
Grid.
fly in any modern fighting game. One of the most unique examples of Sailor Moon's spaghetti code is Chibi Moon's infinite backdash. By implementing frame-perfect inputs, she can cancel backdash into
That's
backdash,
cool.
into backdash, into backdash, into backdash, ad infinitum, and avoid all damage forever.
Damn, Chibi Moon seems pretty strong in the meta.
There are plenty of fighting games with crazy damage combos or broken mechanics, but what makes Sailor Moon S unique is its accessibility to newer players. More than most games of the time, Sailor Moon S has a very forgiving frame window to execute complicated inputs. Some moves, like that infinite backdash, do
holy
require
and salty.
extremely precise timing. But compared to even many games that released well after it, Sailor Moon S allows newcomers to execute cool special moves that might be too difficult to execute in other games.
It's a very brutal game. I won't sugarcoat it because you can make one mistake
And die.
against
Just
any
like
of the
Battle for the
characters and
Grid.
die. One thing
Yep.
that Sailor Moon teaches that I feel like a lot of fighting games, especially modern fighting games, don't teach you is patience and spatial awareness. If you make one mistake in Sailor Moon, you're dead. You learn not to make mistakes.
So is this scene like alive, or is
So I
it
feel
just like a
if
really niche
you're
one? It's got to be super
losing
niche.
a lot in other fighting games. This is a great game to pick up to learn not to lose in the manner that you're losing.
Best Sailor Moon, like, period.
Wait, that killed?
Punish with the thumbs up.
With no North American release, there wasn't much of an early scene for Sailor Moon S in
Thanks,
North
Resub
America.
Proud.
Some of the FGC Old Guard had no doubt traveled to Japan and experienced the game, but even in Japan, the game wasn't a smash success.
Thanks, Resub.
Fortunately,
Dank.
Sailor Moon S had one person who would eventually be responsible for bringing the game overseas.
I stumbled upon old videos from a Japanese Third Strike player named Koshun, who was also really big into the Sailor Moon S game.
Thanks, Resub Sky Guy.
Through YouTube, someone had ripped them from his Nico channel and put them on YouTube. And I thought, oh, that's
I mean, the
kinda
game seems
interesting, a
cool.
Sailor Moon game, and it looks pretty crazy.
In the early 2010s, Missing Person was a fighting game
Bits
player
Panda
in
again.
St. Louis who occasionally traveled to locals, but spent a lot of time at home exploring fighting games. After coming across Koshun's video on Sailor Moon, he began digging into the game, keeping his findings to himself as sort of a
Jesus
secret personal
Christ.
project. However, years later, after
Alright, let me see some of the combos. Let me see some of the infinites. Oh my god, I was at Evo.
Her off. Nice. Catches with command throw. Uranus. Command throw is frame 1 though.
He doesn't want to say anus. Huh?
Nice. That's a punish, I believe.
He just
that
said
was
Uranus.
punish. Yeah, pole vault is risky.
Oh,
Even though it's overhead. Yep. Woof. Dash now or dash later. Dash now or dash later. Which is it? Oh,
That
something
scene, this
below that
character
chicken.
seems so strong. What the fuck?
Oh, he's just doing the infinite. That's the actual infinite, but that's he was just doing it on block string. Yes, I mean, again, because of the free guard cancels. Yeah. You know, not a true block string like that.
Okay.
So also,
Maybe a fighting game I can do well at.
Quickly there. That's not a dash. That is her super. Supers in this game happen when you have approximately 20% or less life, or when there's 10 seconds left on the clock. You have unlimited them, SNK style, and these two have two of the better supers in the game.
It's a lose-lose game.
One frame auto combos. Yeah, Pluto can actually use it as part of her block string and can repeat.
Thanks for your sub boner.
She can actually make an infinite with it too. Yes, but that takes very good execution. Yes, nice. That's a double.
Whoa!
This is drop to actually punish the Cobalt. Okay, has to back out. Oh, you have a draw. Yes, nice. That's a double.
Let's go! That's Sailor Moon S. Let's go!
I'm very happy that people are actually going to come watch some Sailor Moon. This game is nuts. Oh man, I just wish I could show myself.
Yeah, this game is kind of wacky.
Yo, maybe I said.
Is Pluto and Uranus just the top tiers? Oh no, here we go.
Almost jump backs into the beast salami. Nice. Neptune promoting her deli meats.
Thanks for resub Nord. That seems cool.
Oh, no punish. I like the idea.
Also, it doesn't seem that busted. Like here, for comparison, let me show you Battle the Grid. I've only watched one tournament, and it was their biggest one. And every time someone would get touched, it was a 100-0 combo, pretty much, with nothing they could do. So they do have, like, a breakout mechanic where you go, like, yellow, like blinking yellow or orange. And you're supposed to fall out of combos, but it doesn't really work. So all it does is, like, avoid one of the attacks of the combo, but you can keep the string going forever. So here, let me show you.
He was doing some difficult stuff.
So the second that you get an opening... So this guy's, he's fucked. Like, there's just nothing he can do. It's just always 100 to 0.
And so you got the optimals down, now you gotta get the swag down, you know? Alright, and
so I actually think this is much more broken than Sailor Moon S.
Taking out Adam with this super here.
So now if he gets the first hit here, no, so he's fine for now.
He's just gotta go take two fresh characters. All Ryu with his busted assist was able to avoid that.
You just need to find one opening and it's 100 to 0. The other guy can do the same to him. It's every fucking character pretty much.
Sledge could not even do the light work. Oh no.
It's just a game where you don't interact.
We have a lot happening right now, Logan. Oh wow, was able to block all that? Yo,
Jesus. Yep, that'll be 100 to 0, I'm sure. No, he dropped it. That'll be 100 to 0. Oh, actually, it's not 100 to 0. He took damage before then.
That EX is totally 100% unblockable.
Everyone's getting their unblockables offline.
Let me find a better example. There's one character, I think it's the Pink Ranger, the Pink Time Force. If she lands a single move, one move, it doesn't even need to be like a full punish, it's over. You lose your like whole lineup.
The youth was hitting at him. It was a bit of a change, that's what happened. Caused the role reversal.
I mean, this seems to be doing the exact same thing. Yeah, it's an infinite loop.
There you go for the simpler stuff here.
Every character has a fucking infinite loop. Jesus Christ. It's such a stupid game. It's so dumb.
It's basically like an easier way to blink. Right? It's like blinking, but not blinking.
I think so.
But yeah. I think that is probably the most broken fighting game. Maybe just the most broken competitive game in general. It has the old philosophy, if everything's broken, then nothing is. They're not easy to pull off, though, by the way. The infinites, the combos in Battle for the Grid are pretty tough. Like, the inputs are pretty tough. Nah, Marvel vs. Capcom's not quite to the same level as Battle for the Grid. Marvel vs. Capcom has a lot more nuance to it, but yeah, there are some pretty wacky loops you can get in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Thanks for some Cupid, Gap, Cookies, and the Prime Waffles. I used to actually play the shit out of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Andrew and I used to play that a lot together back in like 2012-ish. Or 20, no, it might have been like 2013. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Panda, again. The resub Saturn. Thanks to Prime Bud Light. Oh yeah, new Northern Boys just dropped. People are finally starting to open their eyes to the beauty of geriatric rap. I heard it. It goes in. It's Nobody Likes Me. I am a huge fan. I love their work.
Got a beach on thieves with a sex addiction, and it's hard to walk him in the park. Every other dog we see gets chased and pinned and fucked and licked in the ass. My grandson smoking weed in his bed.
This is Patrick. Patrick's the goat.
If a dad comes round, then I'll smash his car with a rock. Big old balls that drag me down. You find me dancing around sexy town. Red light district pedaling around, and then I get mugged and my pants turn brown. Bachelor pad covered in spaff. Dorito crumbs all up in my bath. Flaking skin on my head. Sunburned flesh, let it shed.
I know they only make bangers out here.
Wi-Fi's broken, so I gotta watch my porn in the form of comic books. Brother, look, wank myself with a single finger Captain Hook. Can I go smoke my pipe without random man in a dark and weary nook? Bought a transgender man 2 pints. Can I get lucky and
this is the type of music that can resonate with the youth. True.
No, I don't wanna die. Used to have a dog, his name was Francis. Then he ran away, what a selfish bastard. Now I got a cat and his name is Patrick. PKJ got jealous and attacked it. When I say hi, I get shut down. When I'm outside, I get stressed out. When I got people around, I'm anxious. Nobody likes me, what the fuck now? When I say hi, I get shut down. When I'm outside, I get stressed out.
Does the guy in the suit only dance? Yeah.
Nobody likes me, what the fuck now? Call me the neighbor's name when you fuck me. You ain't gotta kiss me, you ain't gotta hug me. Shit, I mean really, just do something. Please just touch me. I don't wanna go to my nephew's birthday. His friends play rugby, they might just hurt me. Last time they just kicked my shins and spat to me Christmas turkey.
Everyone needs a hype man. No, he's a great dancer.
I'm like, hello, I'm like, hi. Do you want to back up? Do you want to die? Do you want to catch up? Do you want to cry?
Why am I getting Beastie Boys vibes? It's not really Beastie Boys. It's just like, it sounds like something that'd be on a karaoke machine.
Who's got a camera? Wanna take a picture? Got a good shot to my best friend's sister. She's bent down with her hand on red rock hard in the middle of a game of Twister. I play the horns of death. A girl said hi, now I'm obsessed. Stick it in the wank bank, back to the nest, and it's candlelight, laid back and caress. I'm not alone, the voice in my head tells me I'm handsome and great in bed. When you got chocolate, who needs sex? I can just wank to a text instead. When I say hi, I get shut down.
Here's the resub graph.
When I got people around, I'm anxious. Nobody likes me, what the fuck now? When I say hi,
So I've been deep in this rabbit hole. It all started with Pete and Bass, at least this crew in particular. So Pete and Bass, absolutely nuts. Like, they actually make heaters. I think their best work is Mr. Worldwide. I've shown you guys this one before. But they all rolled with the same crew, and now the Northern Boys have spun off, so like Patrick and, I forgot the other guy's name, but they spun off and now they're doing their own thing. But Pete and Bass was like the breeding ground.
To the boys in Tobago. Keep one eye open for the plane close. I need more leg room for the plane up. A share to the boys in Lagos. Stowed it down when a man need favours. Transatlantic for me flavours. Might chuck the chip down in Vegas. Bonjour to the birds in
I love this guy's voice.
One love when I'm in Jamaica. I bust Magnum when I wine and dance. German whip with a German stick and a German chick while I'm out in Maine. Play some meat out there in the beach ass with the chick ass out in Spain.
So they started, and I've read this from a few sources, so I'm going to assume it's true. They started with their grandkids ghostwriting their songs for them, and they perform it. They are the vocalists there. This isn't like a like them just being there for the music video. They are the actual vocalists. They perform these live, which is fucking hype. But they started by having the songs ghostwritten until their most recent hits. So from what I've read, they actually do write these songs now, which is crazy to me. Thanks to Resub Gravy, G-Disc, and the Bits Eero. And the Tier 1 Psycho. The bits rim. And it also goes, like, it's very deep. So they have these, like, ciphers where they bring in, like, the entire retirement home, and it's so good. So you just get so many characters here. It's like when Roadrunner United used to do their metal albums with every single fucking performer on their label.
Hello girl, hello love. Come and have a drink with the boys in the pub. Get lit, get touched with a biscuit crunch. I'll end this fun when I pull that plug. It's internet P, my connections plush. And I'm feeling lush, make a lady blush when I lift that clutch. And I feed them chicks like a baby duck. Rock a brick down and dish that crap though back in the mold like Sizzler. Gives that money in the bag and split that.
It is unironically great music. I fucking love it.
Comes with a kickback, knick-knack, paddy whack, bird with a big back. Throw that bone, got chrome in a rucksack. Stepped on a Birkenstocks and he got knocked over. The car doors off, shoot that home with the windows down while I shout and scream. Built like a Volvo Escort, bog my mask with a bowl of grains and beans. Humble price for the rocks and powders, wrapped up tight in my Nike trousers. Windmill fist to another man's face and he won't wake up for the next 6 hours. Shuriken stars in the blow-gun down.
God, I love Patrick.
Take his soul, break his neck with a lightning bolt. Top of my mountain bike and go. You don't want to war with PKJ, get jabbed in the eye with the viper's blow. Took you up on the Gregs and vodkas, we made love with a bus ride home. Call in the heart of a raging rhino, it's my time to go. Just back the girl that I met on the internet quite some time ago. Looking nice, smelling fresh, dressed to impress in my 3-piece, yes. Took his queen like a game of chess, Barry White and the wine of time to have sex. Grabbed his face and I pulled his tongue out. Yep, the man was done out. His face and his guts just hung out. Clean my boots, but I can't get him out. For fuck's sake, hit a man's head like a birthday cake. Then he got hung like fishing bait. He used him as a hunchback hook to the floats.
This is so good, I know.
Says ladies do, usual please, make that too. Purple pill, colour blue, took her back, sonic boom. Goes on a bender, Buddha, Langer. I scored like December, pull up in a Land Rover Defender. Hey girl, do you feel me? So what, you wanna come wheel me? Look darling, we can go one more time, but you know that it might just kill me.
God, it goes so hard.
Christian girl, Bible bash, I'll bring the drink, you supply the ash. Don't tell the wife she having a heart attack. One hit of the beef that lifted, loves us that I'm twisted. Chunks of time.
Thanks for the resub, Cash. The Prime Obama. No, I don't know who this is. I really hope he also gets a spinoff, or at least joins the crew more actively, because his bars actually went fucking hard. Like, this guy, he was a standout. This was the first time I've seen him, so I'm hoping we get more of him in, like, the next Cypher, or maybe even just more Pete and Bass in general.
She having a heart attack. One hit of the beef that lifted, loves us that I'm twisted. Chunks of the tire shifted, splashed on the ice, I'm nicely roasted. Magnum pint of whiskey.
He's the prime blood.
Oh, but said she missed it. Chucked her like a bleeding frisbee. End of the line when I step in the building, reach for the sky, mate, doing your told. I ain't joking, I will smoking what I wanna do for a mile for a goal. Stealing on my magpie.
World Tour win. They do tour, Pete and Bass does. So good.
T-shirt now at PeteandBass.com.
So fucking good. I have been super into geriatric rap. Like, it's not even just the gimmick. Like, the music is just great. They're making, like, actual heater drill music. I already saw the Lords of the Fallen trailer. I'm pretty excited for it. They've been popping up on my TikTok recently. Yeah, that's... Well, the reason that we went back in this rabbit hole is because someone brought them up. I've been seeing them float around on Twitter specifically, so more and more people are waking up to the beauty of Pete and Bass. Like, this was their second cipher. Like, it looks like they're going to do this once every couple of years, maybe? I don't know if I can watch this one, though. Because, there's no nudity. Yeah, I still won't risk it. I highly recommend them, though. He's the resub Juggernaut and the Prime Wilson. What time is the APAC tournament? You talking about Moist Esports Apex? That was last night. We got second place. The boys were looking good. Had some bad RNG at a couple of points, but squeaked out of second place. Thanks, resub. Dynamite. Next one's on the 12th. It's a bit snert. What do their live shows look like? So, I think most people... Whoops, I don't know why I did that. Live. I think most people probably have the right idea of how it works. So they are old. Like, they're legitimately old. It's not like makeup. So it's a little difficult for them to keep, like, the exact same flow. So they do have the backing track that they'll go along with. But they still perform it. And I think it's super admirable and it's still super hype. But yeah, they sing over the track, so when they like run out of breath or something, the track will still play, so the lyrics are still there. But they don't lip sync. Thanks for your sub. Awesomeness. Yeah, they're just, it's just the limitations of aging. This looks lit. I mean, it is. It's fucking cool. They had a big performance here at Boomtown. This looked like a fucking fat venue. UK crowd sag. What the crowd looks hype. They're bouncing to it. Where's the mosh pit? Their stage presence is impeccable. Yeah, they go in. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm a huge Pete and Bass fan. I have been for a minute too. I've been like actively deep in that lore. Would you go to their concert if you could? Oh, fuck yeah. If Pete and Bass was touring America, I would absolutely go out of my way to be there. Like, not even as like a joke. Like I said, I think their music is flames, even without their gimmick. If I had just heard their songs and had no idea they were in their 80s, I would still be like, yeah, shit slaps. I don't think they're in their 80s. I'm pretty sure, who is it? I don't remember which one, but I'm pretty sure one of them's in their 80s, and I can't remember which one. I don't remember now. I might be getting them confused with Frank and Murray, because I know for a fact, Murray is 80, is it 82? It says in one of these videos. Oh, Jesus. 92.
Watch your tongue, I put it in the George Foreman. You ain't never robbed the store, guess your life's boring. Thick liquor, that Patron, yeah, my wife's pouring.
These are even harder. I don't think they're as hard as Pete and Baz, but I do like it still. I'm big into geriatric rap. I really am.
I'm on a dinner date, but I still smack your face with a dinner plate. Figure skating on the block, sonny. Cut a split, triple flip like I'm John Curry. It's not funny.
Have they played live? Not that I've seen.
on and the cannons fight. I'm off my damn noodle and I'm down to fight. Bow, bow, run a man down. Hit them with the bingy and
Thanks to the Prime. Galbani. These guys look way older than Northern boys. Yeah, they are. Yeah, true.
Say hello to your mother for me. Dodge the last charge, but I got another on me. And keep my name out your damn mouth. Drop the kids at the pool at the clam house.
Yeah, Frank and Murray's good. Pete and Baz hit a little harder. I know, that's what I said. But I do still like Frank and Murray. You see Boomy's big dubs today? I did. I did get to watch those. Same with the Splitgate squad. Better than corny UK shit? Oh, there is nothing corny about Pete and Baz. Don't even give me that nonsense. Now you're just going out of your way to just hate it because it's UK. That shit goes in. It's kind of corny. No, it's not. How is it corny? I can't even wrap my head around the claim. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna bring up window frame. You're gonna make me do it. You're gonna make me do it. Where's window frame?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Please resub falafel in tier 1 event.
presence of Pete and Baz, and today they shall be performing a piece of remarkable work. I expect you will...
Also, I'm just gonna play it safe because there are some bouncing tits in here. So we'll just appreciate the music. Actually, I'm coming up. I have to see Pete and Baz.
Adamite went down for a long when a young man never said names. I got big toes and I got big cars and I got big chains. Gold, one on each finger, hands on the wheel of the range. You don't wanna come round here, get put through the window frame. Get put through the window, then I come kick down
Thanks for Prime Iron.
I like my watch, but hold on, mate, I still want yours. You see these hands, you see this face, you know my name. You don't wanna come round here, get put through the window frame. I don't wanna hear another word from your mouth, and I came to collect this paper. Made so many bets on the earth, and I used up all of me.
Mr. Worldwide is probably their best song, but I also really like Window Frame. Because it's another cipher. So Patrick's in it, baby.
You don't wanna war with this one, Patrick might just gouge your eyes. And like I said before, I'm with your wife in the kitchen pounding thighs. Okay, I go fast and it goes slow. And then I'm about to get poked. You know this, you want this.
Alfred Wilden. That's Patrick, you swine. Show some respect.
Fling the ass back, I slapped it. You know that Smith's on road, and if I got beef, then bullhead backed it. Money, cash, baby, do the math. Stacks, do the pound. I'm in the bag of the bank. Trying to pay what it takes. Dishing the air for the fame. I keep on measuring the change. And I'm on my chef like Gordon. Pull out the quiff and I boot his Gordon. And I'm up till 5 in the morning. Sunrise caps on the top line calling. Pull out the Pyrex glass.
So good. I fucking love that shit. I bet you feel real silly now calling it corny, huh? Sorry I had to do that to you. A Roblox dev got arrested by the FBI? What, today? As in Ruben Sim's new video. But did it happen today, or is he covering the... Because I know one dev got arrested quite some time ago. So is this a new one? The arrest happened a few days ago. Oh, shit. Because there was a former dev that did get arrested. But that wasn't, like, super recent. Here's the resub editor. Hold on, give me 1 second, though. I think I just heard Tiana go to bed. I'm gonna go say goodnight. Give me just 1 sec. I'm back. Here's the resub. Ty Doring. Alright, so if this is a different developer than the one I mentioned, then I have no idea about this one.
When I first learned about Arnold, I only knew him by his online aliases. He named himself Shedletsky after one of Roblox's founders, John Shedletsky, and liked convincing people that he was his brother. Seems legit, right?
Let me see. Can you prove you're actually Shedletsky's brother? No, it would require effort. Couldn't care less about doing effort. Just got done doing the most complicated physics you'll ever see in Roblox. So any more effort can suck my dick. What? What? Is this the physics? He sent a screenshot of, what, a Chaos Emerald or something? Like, what is this supposed to fucking be? This weird little sapphire. That does look like the most complicated physics I have ever seen in my life, though. It's sonic spin dashing. Makes sense.
People that he was his brother. Seems legit, right? Over the span of 5 years, Arnold went from being one of Roblox's highest paid developers to being indicted on 2 felonies, facing 2 life sentences and $500,000 in fines.
Holy shit.
From what I understand, all of this started in 2017. Arnold was in the early stages of creating a Sonic the Hedgehog spin-off game called Sonic Simulator.
Oh my god, it actually was sonic spin dashing, wasn't it? Wow. You were right on the money. Is this the... this is a callback to something a while ago. Is this that YouTube channel that was like an open pedophile? Or is that a completely different Roblox situation? You're talking about Andrew... Oh, that's right. Nope, you're right. That was a completely different person. You're right.
Here's a video from his YouTube channel showing off an early prototype.
Oh, let me double check. Yeah, because the guy that I'm talking about, his name was Andrew.
A spin-off game called Sonic Simulator. Here's a video from his YouTube channel showing
That guy
off an
also
early
made
prototype.
Sonic games, though, which is fucking wild.
The
The guy that was, like, openly admitted to being a
Got
pedophile.
90 million visits. It was well monetized, fully voiced, and it had a decently sized community. And that's where the problems began. It was no secret that Arnold was very sexually inappropriate when he spoke with his fans. He even admitted to this in his video, responding to the document allegations.
It was pretty common knowledge that these jokes were being made in my community. Maybe not to the extent it actually occurred,
Jesus
but
Christ.
definitely known. So far as to the point where I was known as the old man with kids in his basement.
We'll come back to this video later.
Are you sure that's someone different? Because I feel like we heard that. Are these 2 different people? I think it's the same guy. No, this is a brand new video. I definitely haven't seen this. Here, I'll just pull up what I'm talking about, so that way we can immediately compare. I don't know why I'm asking the fucking chat, who half the time suffers from short-term memory loss anyway. I think it was called the Andrew Files that did the deep dive. Is this the one I'm thinking? No, actually, it was, this was something different. It was, oh, God. What was the... Just Press Start? Was that the channel? No. There's been so many goddamn Roblox predators. What? My God. What was the other one that had like about how Roblox isn't safe for kids, and then went into detail about some of the predators? People make games. Thank you. That was the one. I couldn't remember the full video on that. Yeah, people make games. The Roblox pressured us to delete our video.
Content one?
They covered someone in here that I think is the same guy that we're talking about right now, who's facing the 2 life sentences. Let's see. Yeah, responding to the document allegations. Okay, so then this is someone we learned about. I really thought it was familiar. Yeah, because of the Jeter Man YouTube channel.
Apologizing for the things I've said.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't have said those things regardless of the context. Moving forward, I will not have this behavior.
Okay. So this guy finally got justice delivered then, from the sound of things here.
There's one user in particular that Arnold became very involved with, who we'll call Sarah. Sarah
Yep.
was 12 years old in 2017. Arnold was 24.
That was in the People Make Games video.
He knew exactly how old she was, but this didn't stop him from sending her sexually charged messages. You're 12. I expect you to be a little slow on the upbringing, but soon I'll corrupt you beyond your wildest
Jesus
dreams.
Christ.
End me, please. No, I'll rape you instead. You're the reason I'm gonna end up behind bars. Wow, that one aged well. These are just a few of the messages Arnold
Yo, he
sent
wasn't
to his
wrong.
girl, and she wasn't the only one. Nonetheless, he managed to dodge being exposed for his pedophilic antics for another 3 years, during which his game and subsequent popularity exploded. In September
He
of
predicted the
2020,
future. He got out
I
his
a
crystal
message from
ball.
One of my viewers based
Pondered
in
the orb.
Japan.
Got it right.
He sent me a tweet with a link
You
to
will be
a
going to
Google
jail.
Doc showing Arnold's exchanges with Sarah. That same day, Arnold uploaded a response video acknowledging that the things he said were inappropriate, but that they were just jokes.
My sense of humor has always been very harsh, dark humor, if you will.
Oh,
and while it doesn't
God.
excuse my behavior, it does reveal that I had no intention on moving on any of the things I said.
I can just hear the fedora in his voice. Right now, he's got a pinky up as he's saying these things. Ugh. Christ.
By the way, Arnold uses a voice changer to make his voice sound deeper. Here's what he actually sounds like.
What?
Moving forward, I will not have this behavior. This shouldn't have been a joke in the first place.
He also brings in a handful of people to give testimonials on how he's totally not a pedophile. It's worth mentioning, every single one of these people were on his payroll.
Hey there, my name is Charlie. I'm currently 17 and I work at SEO as a graphics lead.
Hello, I am Dead Inside Sonic. I've known Jaden for the past 4 or 5 years. I am a contributor to the Roblox game Sonic Eclipse.
This is Panic. I've been a part of SEO's community since 2018. I do animation and modeling work.
I want to start off by saying I've known Jaden for 5 years, and all the years I've known him for, he was very careful with what he said because he knows not to step over the fine line of joking around.
Yeah, that's the impression I got from seeing these messages. Yeah. That seems like a guy he knows where to tap dance on the line between right and wrong when it comes to jokes. Interesting.
Obviously, the DMs that were exchanged between Jaden and the victims were not okay.
Also, there's nothing quite like calling minors to prove you're not a pedophile. Quite the big brain strategy. No, look, I'm not a pedophile. Here's a 17-year-old on my payroll who can say such.
Okay, there is no excuse for that.
I'm not excusing what he said, but it was never meant to be handled seriously.
However, this doesn't give him the excuse to talk to these young individuals like that at all. Though he is not a pedophile.
But Jaden is by no means a pedophile.
He understands the clear dividing line between jokes and serious, harmful actions against others.
Well, I'm
just
convinced.
saying what he did was extremely wrong, and I agree with you all with that, but he's not a fucking pedophile.
Jaden clearly knew his boundaries and did not want to indulge in anything illegal for his own safety and the safety of the victims.
Towards the end of the video, he shifts the blame onto the 12-year-old and calls her an attention seeker.
First things first. Red, what I said to you earlier about my apology was completely sincere, and I hope you can someday let go of this hatred. However, I will call you out on this because you cannot be claiming to be an angel.
Yes, victim blaming the child. What's really sad is looking at the like-dislike ratio here. He didn't, get slapped down with the dislikes. So he must have actually had support from the community, which is fucking crazy. Thanks to Prime Sticky, and the resub Happiest, Duma, Inoya, Ninja, Happy, Raw Dog, Luck, Cam, Abysmal, Rock, and the gift sub Philly, and Tier 1 Bootleg.
Red has no problem admitting that she craves attention. Her behavior before anything else really just kind of screams it.
This video was infuriating to me, not just because he was downplaying what he did, but because his games were still up, his community was siding with him.
Yeah, the games
He
were
was
super
on track
popular.
to completely get away with it. So I spoke up. I made a few tweets denouncing him that caught the attention of a Roblox staff member on the developer relations team. I explained the situation to him. I gave him the email address of Sarah's mom, and I also showed him the video of Arnold admitting that the screenshots were real. Since the video is over half an hour long, I created my own video breaking it down in less than 7 minutes. Surprisingly, Arnold's main account was deleted not long after my conversation with this staff member. Arnold, however, prepared for this.
Also, I'm pretty sure this account is on the... So Roblox has like a public wall of shame that is actively updated anytime there's movement like that with bans. What is it called? I think it's Roblox... Evil Players? Fuck, I can't remember what it is. Evil Roblox. No, that's not it. What the fuck is... What was their... They have like an FBI's Most Wanted for Roblox, and I can't remember what they call it. Does anyone remember? Is it Terminated Players? Because I remembered it being more than that. No, I guess it really might just be Terminated Players. And what I'm thinking of may have just been like a write-up about it. But there's like a different one, though. That's like much more focused on like the worst of the worst. But again, that could have just been a write-up on it instead of just like the official one. Let's see if he's on here. It was Dr. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Dr. Rofatnik, which is not here. Is it oh, it's controversial. Here it is. Thanks. Yeah. You have like a mugshot and then why they're controversial. Surely he would be here, I would think. Or maybe this is like too extreme for even the controversial wanted board. Yeah. Looks like that's too extreme even for this. On September 9th, 2021, his account was terminated for swearing in front of a Roblox intern using voice chat on one of his alternative accounts. And he's earned his place in the Hall of Evil of Roblox. So yeah, perhaps like actual pedophilia and shit is a little too extreme to be on this wiki. I think that makes sense.
Surprisingly, Arnold's main account was deleted not long after my conversation with this staff member. Arnold, however, prepared for this. By his own admission, the account he deleted wasn't his biggest source of income, and his revenue almost tripled after he was exposed. By the end of the month, his game was still up, he was still receiving payments from Roblox, and no one had even bothered to reach out to Sarah's mom. I shared my frustration with the staff member, calling Roblox's response weak, saying, if DevRel really wanted to protect their users, they'd have deleted his game and curbed his Roblox income. Roblox's bottom line depends on parents trusting the company with their kids' safety, and that's not going to happen if this is the response to child predators.
Very true, but I think one thing Ruben misunderstands is parents don't even care if the shit's safe for their kids. They just need something to distract them. So much parenting these days is just placing a fucking iPad in front of them and letting them go unmonitored on the internet, unsupervised, and then getting mad if something happens and blaming the companies for it. Like, that's just the most fucking common parenting technique at this point. I don't even think they care if Roblox is necessarily safe as long as it doesn't cost them money somehow or cause some kind of issue.
Around October 14th, the holder account for Arnold's development group was deleted, but Roblox was too slow. Just days before, Arnold transferred ownership of the group to one of his friends, meaning the funds from his game were still accessible. 2 weeks later, he tweeted, "Thanks for driving more money to my game, man.
Oh my
Jeez,
God.
You guys are really fucking stupid by giving me all this publicity."
Man's capitalizing off being outed as a pedophile, talking about raping kids. To the kids. It's a bold strategy. No such thing as bad publicity, I guess. What was he getting, like 15K a month for his game or something? So, I mean, I guess it did work for a certain period of time.
After all this, Roblox still wouldn't take down his game, so on November 9th, I called my local police to file a report on him. I spoke with a detective who really seemed like he wanted to help, but since I didn't know anything about Arnold's real identity, there wasn't much they could do. The only people who could have known who he actually was Roblox. Since Arnold was approved for the developer exchange, they must have had all his personal info. Had someone at Roblox been the one to make that call, it's my belief that Arnold would have been arrested years ago. In January of 2021, a Roblox account called Warhead Management was created and had the group transferred to it. I messaged the staff member about it, and it got deleted almost immediately.
Nice.
1 week later, Arnold's friend successfully appealed the ban, saying he was the true owner of the account and had nothing to do with the situation. The account was unbanned on January 22nd. Less than 4 months later, Arnold posted a YouTube video showing that he's still the owner of the game. I also noticed the same Discord server he was using to procure underage girls was still linked on his game's page. I messaged the staff member asking if they could remove it, and his response was, "They can just add it back." Things stayed pretty quiet.
That's like, who works at Roblox? Actual children too? That's like some shit I'd say as a kid, like, what's the point in showering? I'm just gonna get dirty again. Like, it's not even the point. Like, taking action is still worth it, even if it could just be added again.
Things stayed pretty quiet until December. A channel called People Make Games released a video on the shadier sides of Roblox.
Great
which
video
included
too.
An interview with Sarah herself, where she admits that watching Arnold's response video made her self-harm. People were rightfully upset at how badly Roblox fumbled this situation. 2 weeks later, Sega, the owners of the Sonic trademark, filed a copyright notice against Roblox, demanding that they take down Arnold's game. In 2022, a group of highly skilled people made a breakthrough in finding Arnold's identity. I won't get into specifics on how they found him, but they narrowed down his real name, his city, his family members, and his old address. I called my local police again, and they pulled up his case over the phone. I listened as the detective searched through public records and struggled to find a positive ID on the information I gave him. All the info I had was old. Given Arnold's history of using fake identities, I wasn't even sure if I had the name right. There were discrepancies with his birthday, his address, his phone number. Bottom line is, he was really hard to find, and the detective didn't seem confident enough to move further. I told him if I found anything else, I'd call him back. I really didn't have time to continue with all this. I'd just gone through a lawsuit from Roblox, and I really wanted to get back to making videos, so I forgot about everything until May, when one of my viewers told me Arnold had disappeared. He wasn't talking in his Discord server or responding to messages. A few people thought he killed himself. As it turns out, Arnold had been arrested by the FBI.
Following some breaking news
God damn.
6 o'clock, 22-year-old Arnold Castillo of New Jersey is facing federal charges. The reason we're covering this
In December, he took interest in another underage girl from his Discord server.
Oh,
This girl was
shit, okay.
15. Arnold was 28. and
So
he
the FBI
decided
went on
to
their own
bribe
side
Uber
quest and
driver
got him.
$1,000 to have her picked up and transported 700 miles across state lines to his home in New Jersey. When her mom noticed she was missing, she called the police. 2 days passed before she was able to meet with a sergeant and a detective at police headquarters, where she told them about Arnold. She knew of him by his fake name, and the fact that a few months prior he had placed orders on Amazon to her house, including several $1,000s worth of electronics that were canceled after the delivery deadline was missed. The police got a hold of Arnold over the phone, and of course he claimed his name was Jacob Shedletsky.
Can you just imagine a world where Roblox actually takes pedophiles seriously, and then he's never in a position where he pays an Uber driver to transport a child 700 miles away from her parents to be with him? That is entirely on Roblox's plate right there. That is entirely their fucking fault. This could have been squashed 2 years. Well, this was 2022. Yeah, 2 years prior. Fucking despicable.
And that he lived in California. He gave them copies of his Amazon transactions, and when they asked why his billing address was in New Jersey, he told them he has an associate living there who conducts all of his transactions for him. Less than a week later, police got a hold of his messages to the 15-year-old, found his IP address, and traced it to the same home address linked to his Amazon account. On May 11th, special agents with the FBI initiated physical surveillance on Arnold's apartment, and within minutes spotted him with the missing 15-year-old. They arrested
Jesus
him on the
Christ.
spot. He identified himself as Arnold Castillo and claimed he was 22. Obviously, this isn't true, and the agent who wrote his criminal complaint seems to think so too. This same agent found his response video on YouTube. In the video, Castillo's voice can be heard narrating over images regarding allegations that he is a pedophile. Based on his vocalized rebuttals, the allegations sourced from unidentified fellow social media users who were reportedly juveniles. Those users had apparently informed Castillo that they were teenagers, and he ensued by making sexual advances and other derogatory remarks towards them.
This has to be one of the first times where a YouTuber apology video is actually cited in a legitimate arrest. That's big. Dr. Rofatnik really fucked Arnold Castillo here by making that apology video with the deep voice modulator.
Posted video, Castillo admitted that his comments were inappropriate, but stated that they were supposed to be jokes. Based on these findings, your affiant suspects that Castillo may have been using social media in 2020 to attempt to communicate, lure, and exploit other juvenile females. When I learned about all this, I called my local police back and asked them to forward the info I gave them to the FBI. Arnold has since pled not guilty, and his trial is scheduled for November 7th.
He'll take a plea deal. No doubt in my mind. He's not going to try and fight it. With the overwhelming evidence and a physical sting operation that observed a minor going into his apartment after being reported as missing, and then the $1,000 bribe to the Uber driver to bring them there, and getting all of his messages, no shot. He's going to take a plea deal. Trials tomorrow? Yep. Really fumbled that one there, huh, Roblox? This is still all supposed. Well, he's not found guilty on it yet, I suppose. So yeah, I suppose the right word is alleged. But he has himself confirmed all of the things he said to minors, even blamed them for attention seeking by bringing it up. And then the goddamn FBI investigated and caught physical evidence, watched a minor go into his apartment after the whole missing persons report on a child. It's pretty solid evidence, I would say. I think we can at least surmise with a high level of confidence that not guilty is probably not the right word here. I think it's a tier 1 Redbeard. God damn. That is actually crazy. Good shit, Ruben. Ruben is actually like the Batman of Roblox. Even though he wasn't the one that ended up leading to the arrest of the Predator, I still think his information is going to be integral to the case. They found the apology video on their own, but Ruben compiled like all other relevant information to forward to them. So now this guy's facing 2 life sentences, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, 2 life sentences. And this could have all been avoided. Well, this guy was a pedophile before Roblox, but the actual victim going there in person could have been avoided had Roblox just done the bare minimum of taking a pedophile seriously. Thanks to the resub, Pius. Minimum 20 years, though, I guess. Is that how it works? Is that the minimum? Because I'm not entirely familiar with exactly how it works, but it would make sense to me. Thanks a resub, Morthar. Yes, 10 to life each, so all supervised. Okay, gotcha. Thanks a resub, Walrum. What happened to the girl? Is she okay? I have no idea. She's a minor, so I doubt they're going to publish any information. I'll tell you, since they were there in person, watch the minor go in, there is a 0% chance the FBI didn't act, like, pretty soon after or immediately. So I'm assuming she wasn't harmed. But as for, like, what happened after that, they're not going to say that. It's a minor. Her family must be so pissed at that dude. Well, I mean, yes, obviously. I think they would also be equally as pissed at Roblox once they learned that Roblox had 2 years worth of information they refused to act on. Thanks for 5 gift subs, Dung. Appreciate it, man. At the very least, he has been caught, which is more than we can say for the other predators from Roblox that we learned about over the last year or so. Thanks to the Primetron. So what's that guy's name? Arnold Castillo or Jaden Shadletsky? No, it's not Jaden Shadletsky. They impersonated the brother of the founder, so they kept calling themselves Jaden Shadletsky. But no, his name's Arnold. Thanks to the bits, bud. Did the Uber driver not get in trouble because doesn't that classify as human trafficking? I don't think the guy said, hey, I need you to transport this minor that I'm trying to lure over here. I'm sure he came up with a story to cover that. That's him? What? No, this is the fucking creative director of Roblox. There's no picture of Arnold. But he bribed him 1K. I don't even know if you'd call that a bribe, though. Because there's old YouTube videos where there was a challenge where you pay an Uber driver an absurd amount of money to drive you an absurd duration. I don't know if that's necessarily a bribe. It's them paying for more than they'd ever get through, like, Uber. I guess it is kind of, like, technically a bribe, to be fair. Since it's not part of the job to drive that far. Thanks, Resub Greasy. Yeah, I don't know. That is actually kind of an interesting gray area. I do wonder how much the Uber driver even asked, or if the Uber driver even got, like, a little suspicious on why. Because that's 700 miles with a 15-year-old. Right? Like, that plan actually did go through. I'm not misremembering, right? It wasn't just the intention. That did go through because the 15-year-old showed up at his apartment when the FBI busted him. So then, yeah. And then where was the 700 miles? Hired a car to drive 700 miles to his home for sex. Yeah. So I guess that actually did happen just like that. These are Prime Haroldson and Jumper, and the resub Greasy, Hammy, and Delta. Yeah, so it's really just going to depend on whatever story Arnold told the Uber driver. I have to imagine the Uber driver didn't know. Uber's not allowed to drive minors without an adult. It's in their terms of service. Which, I mean, I'm assuming he didn't tell him it was a minor. Though I would think you would recognize that it's a kid. But, I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know the driver. Would the driver not ask? I guess not. I don't know. So is he 22 or older? I believe Arnold is 26, right? He gave them a fake age? Or at least that's what all of their accounts said, 26. Oh, 28. Was it 28? No. There's a lot of information here. Now I'm getting wires crossed. "21 isn't a creepy age for that, though." Man, you need some help. What? 21 and 15 is still awful. That's... what? I don't even know why that needs to be said. What? Thanks for resub, Tim. Honestly, police wouldn't go after the Uber driver. Castillo's the big fish. Yeah, it wasn't like trying to put blame on the Uber driver or anything. It's just more so trying to understand how that would have happened. Because that's 700 miles. Like, that's not like a walk around the park. That's not like a brisk jog from, you know, one county to the other. That's a long, long, long drive. So it's just weird. That's just kind of a weird situation. I knew someone that was in his Sonic game. I knew someone that was in his Sonic games community, and basically every Discord member knew about his behavior and still played. Yeah, that's not a secret. He even publicly said, like, the pedophile allegations and it, like, boosted the popularity and the amount of money he was making from his game. And even in his like and dislike ratio on his apology video, where he was talking about it, had like a pretty even like to dislike ratio. So the guy had support. For some reason, the community didn't care. And Roblox certainly didn't care either. Here's the Prime Vaseline. Gonna play some COD soon. I actually hopped on COD earlier today. I was kind of popping off. I don't know if I'll stream much more COD. It's just kind of like a fun game to kick back on and casually grind a bit of. I think the tier 1's Sabu. Never thought I'd hear you say that. This is actually like the first COD in shit, probably close to like 5 years where I've actually just played it on my own because I enjoy it. Like, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't do anything great. It just does everything well enough where I'm just having fun casually kicking back on it. UI's trash, but other than that. Is the same as every other COD? Nah, it's not. Like, Vanguard is turbo ass, Cold War multiplayer fucking awful. That's Omega ass. This one just does the COD formula without trying to reinvent the wheel or changing anything. It is like the most COD. And that's all I needed. Nah, Modern Warfare 2019 just had absolutely dog shit maps. I couldn't get into that one. The maps were just so abysmal. None of the maps in this one are great, but there's nothing super unbearable. Even the bridge with all the cars is goofy fun. I don't hate any of the maps, and I don't love any of the maps. In the new one, Modern Warfare 2. The bridge map is the worst COD map ever made. I mean, objectively, is like a competitive map probably, but how is it not fun to just keep blowing up cars and getting like 2, 3, 4 kills? This shit is so fun. Even getting killed like that, I can't help but have a smile on my face. It's just so silly. But again, I'm not playing competitively. I'm just playing because it's casual and mindless. Things the bit's terrible. I did play a lot of GTA 3. That was when I first learned about cheat codes. I'm gonna need to level up guns for Warzone 2. Yeah, I've been grinding it a little bit. When will more Gentleman albums come out? Oh, we've got a lot cooking right now. In a lot of different styles. We're getting a little hog wild on what we're pumping out. It's been a lot of fun. So hopefully pretty soon. Hopefully we'll have one out by the end of the year. These are the bits. E-poll. Games you guarantee you'll never play. Shit, man, I don't know. Do you do the screams? Yeah. These are some Himlo. And most of them. The only one where I didn't do some of the screams was in Your Boyfriend Doesn't Scare Me. We had K-Mac on the track that went real hard on that one. I did one of the choruses. K-Mac did the other. Hey, thanks for the raid, Aaron. Hope you had a great stream, man. Thank you for that. We need behind the scenes of some of your songs. No, you don't. I can't sing for shit. So if you ever heard like the behind the scenes, it would be the most embarrassing. That'd be worse than my dick pic leaking, honestly. If you guys heard me without Troy editing my vocals, that'd be so embarrassing. I don't think we'd do any behind the scenes shit. Maybe Troy will, because Troy's a super talented artist. I get carried by technology. Hey Edgar, I wouldn't ever want to do like a live show outside of like a festival. I would love to at some point put on like a wild music festival, not like Firefest or anything, but just like old school boner jam bands and all kinds of different artists, and we'd play there. But I really wouldn't want to do like a tour or just a live show for the sake of it. I think it'd be more fun to make it an event. That's a pipe dream kind of thing. There's the bit scribble. You're literally never going to do that. Hey, you never know. It would cost a lot of money, though. That's why I said it's like a pipe dream thing. Apex tournament tonight. Nope, that was last night. We got second place. There's the bits E-Poll and the resub Jake. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Doom Eternal, so of course I'm excited for the next one. There's a tier 1 voice. Thanks to the resub. Yenel. Happy birthday, Crow. You avoiding God of War Ragnarok leaks? Yeah, I'm not even watching or reading reviews. I'm trying to get as little information about that game as possible. It's like the first time I've ever done that because I care so much about it. So yeah, I've avoided everything. Thanks to the Prime Tuba time. Playing it on Tuesday night. Yeah, so I'm going to play Sonic Frontiers first and try and beat it in one sitting. We'll see how that goes, and then obviously doing Ragnarok next. Thanks to give sub Coco. Yeah, Muda did say Sonic Frontiers is good, so I'm cautiously optimistic. So I want to talk about this. I don't know how many of you saw this today. So Carl is again being sued by Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell, as I'll bring you up to speed on the lore, disgraced best gamer of all time. What did he call himself? The gamer of the century? Can't quite recall. Donkey Kong world record holder, outed as a fraud, in denial for the rest of his life, allegedly a fraud. Otherwise, I'm going to get sued for saying that. And he just goes on like a legal rampage to try and scare people into silence. So he throws his meat around to get people on edge so they don't talk about him or they remove anything that's, hypercritical of him. Carl has once again found himself in the crosshairs of old Billy Mitchell here. So he's now posted this video talking about it, and this one is a little scarier than the last one. Billy Mitchell's got the fangs out, so he's coming out locked and loaded. And it's just a really fucking sad situation that Billy Mitchell continues to do this. He's what they call a serial suer. He just files all kinds of these frivolous lawsuits knowing full well they won't make it to court, but is still expensive on the people he files them against most of the time. It's a fucking disgrace. And he's absolutely shit at games.
Hello, you absolute legends. As many of you know, last year I was officially sued by Billy Mitchell. In September of 2021, Mitchell filed a $450,000 lawsuit against me over my video titled "The Biggest Conmen in Video Game History."
Great video too.
In that video, I go over a couple of ridiculous lawsuits that Billy Mitchell and Todd Rogers had filed. I get questions all the time from people asking me if I'm still being sued, and the answer is yes.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with Billy Mitchell, but you've seen the regular show, Billy Mitchell was so upset that they used his image in... Here, I'll bring it up, actually. I don't even know why I'm going to try and paint it with words when I can just look it up. So, in here, they used this as like an antagonist when it was about like a high score episode. Billy Mitchell got pissed. He got so fucking mad. And this is honestly the best Billy Mitchell's ever looked. I actually think regular show did him a great service. Usually he's dressed like he's running for student class president. But here, they made him look cool. I can't remember if he sued them though. Oh no, he did. He did and lost. Which sounds par for the course in the life of Billy Mitchell. Judge declares Mitchell is not a giant floating head. Cool ruling. Though I do understand why Billy might be a little upset because they portrayed him as like this ferociously unhinged maniac, which he is. So that's just a big ol' get fucked Billy. Unlucky. I actually haven't read the quotes from the ruling. The television character does not match the plaintiff in appearance. GBF, character in the show, appears as a non-human creature, a giant floating head with no body from outer space, while plaintiff is a human being. And when GBF loses his title, the character literally explodes, unlike plaintiff. One could argue Billy Mitchell also explodes, but it's far more embarrassing. His explosions just usually end up with shittily written lawsuits and as well as just verbal tantrums and salt. But yeah, he lost.
Being sued? And the answer is yes. Not only am I still being sued, but as you're about to find out, things have gotten out of hand. Billy Mitchell's compulsive need to threaten and sue people that talk about him has reached all-time highs, and you will not believe what he has recently done to try to silence me.
Yeah.
But before that, I want to give you an idea about how expensive and devastating defending a frivolous lawsuit can be. In the past year alone, my legal defense has cost $180,000.
Yep.
Yes, you heard correctly, $180,000.
That's why it's so disgraceful when someone takes this absolute garbage route. There's a lot of people that have done this online. You guys might remember BitBoy Crypto tried something similar against Atozy, where Atozy called him out on some of the shit he was talking about, and BitBoy Crypto threatened this big lawsuit, defamation, I can't sleep, I can't eat because he called me a dirtbag, that kind of shit. It is always such a financial burden to fight that shit, even though it doesn't win the case. The whole point is to bleed you of money. It's so fucked up. It's so dumb. The scummiest shit you can do, really.
Obviously, I can't get into the specifics, but there are a lot of things that have to happen before trial, and it's all extremely expensive. Now, luckily, I've been in a very fortunate position because I had a couple of people reach out to me and have helped immensely over the past 12 months. Notch, the creator of Minecraft, was very helpful in the beginning and has supported me a lot. And then another gentleman by the name of Julian was extremely generous and funded a huge amount of money. Those guys are absolutely insane, and I will always be in their debt for the help they have provided me. $180,000 is so much money, and I can't even begin to imagine what it would be like for someone who did not have the support system I do to face something like this alone. Which also just highlights how vile and disgusting people are that abuse the legal system.
Does it not cost... This is Todd Roger, by the way. Todd Roger also does something similar. Does it not cost Billy Mitchell money to file these? I don't know. I'm not well versed enough to know for sure. A lot of times the frivolous lawsuits, in order to file them, it's not super expensive or anything. You can do it relatively cheap, at least compared to fighting it. Because once you file it, the onus is really on the person you're going after to defend themselves against you. So that's where a lot of the money comes from. So yes, it does cost something for them to do it, but it doesn't cost nearly as much for them to file it as it does to fight it.
To frivolously attack people they want to silence. It is estimated that this lawsuit is going to cost at least another $100,000 before it's over. But things get a lot worse and a lot more stupid from here. Because you see, Billy Mitchell isn't satisfied just suing me once. Oh no, he is going to sue me
Double
again.
dipping.
In
The old
April of
double
this
fist.
year, I released a video called Disgraced Gamer Billy Mitchell Accused of Extortion, where I factually and objectively reported on accusations made against Mitchell by the current Donkey Kong World Record holder, Robbie Lakeman.
Then that's where you made a mistake, Carl. I gotta tell you, when it comes to Billy Mitchell, there's no such things as facts, only feelings. And you poke the sleeping bear. Billy was content with just one frivolous lawsuit, but now he's going in full throttle.
If you watched that video, you'll notice that at no point did I ever give my opinion on the validity of those accusations. I was simply reporting on public claims made by a very noteworthy person, who was also someone that Mitchell was using as a defense witness in his own lawsuits. But Mitchell didn't want to sue the person that actually made the claims. No, he wants to sue me just for talking about them. So first, his lawyer sent me a letter saying that the video was defamatory. And after we made it clear that I wouldn't take the video down because all of my statements in the video were literally true, and I wasn't even the person who made the claims he has a problem with, he sent me another $450,000 lawsuit. Now this is already stupid enough, as in my humble opinion, he has absolutely no case, and this is just an attempt to scare me, but it still gets even worse.
Yeah, it's an expensive scare tactic though. And I have to say, I love the nuts on Carl. So usually in these things, they make a request, take down the video or else. A lot of times, because of how expensive this is and how scary the big numbers are, people fold, take it down. Hope that's the end of it. Carl sticks to his guns, and I always appreciate that. I always think that's great. Just say, okay, you want to dance? Mama's putting on the dancing shoes then. Let's hit the tango. And then duke it out from there. Because going forward, while it's cheaper to file it than it is to fight it, it is still going to cost Billy Mitchell money should this continue. He's going to lose money as well. And it's not like he's like super wealthy. He does have a decent chunk of change to his name from what I understand. But it's not like he's made out of money. He can't fight this thing forever. But if Carl's got this big meat in his corner, an actual billionaire, Carl probably could fight it for a while. Carl's in a very lucky position for that lawsuit, honestly. Most people aren't that lucky.
Because Billy Mitchell isn't satisfied just suing me twice. Oh no, apparently he wants to go for the hat trick and sue me 3 times. And this latest action is the worst yet, and you couldn't even make this up if you tried. In May of this year, I released a video called I Cheated in a Speedrun and I Need to Come Clean, which was a parody video where I jokingly made fun of myself for submitting a few cheated scores to a gaming magazine over 20 years ago when I was a kid. Anyone who's watched that video might be wondering what this has to do with Billy Mitchell.
It was brought up in the
video
lawsuit.
wasn't about him, nor did I even talk about him. And that's a valid question. But here is the amazing thing. While it is true that I didn't mention or talk about Billy Mitchell, I did show this clip.
You're familiar with Billy Mitchell, world Mini champion? He could probably do it. So I gotta find a way to harness his power, and I think I found a way.
That's right, we're gonna cheat.
This is a meme that was made back in 2020, which has over 4 million views
Fire
on YouTube
meme.
and millions of views on Twitter. That's right, in the entire video, I literally did not mention Billy Mitchell
He
at
should
all
sue
or
Angry
talk about
Video
him.
Game
I
Nerd.
simply randomly threw in this meme of someone else talking as a joke, and Billy Mitchell wants to sue me for this. Shortly after I released that video, his lawyer sent me this letter. And mind you, this isn't just a letter, this is a concerns notice, which is a legal document that you are required to send to someone before you sue them. We act for William Mitchell. This is a concerns notice for the purpose of Section 14, Defamation Act, Queensland 2005. On 13th of September 2021, our client commenced a claim against you for defamation damages in respect to the publication of a video on the digital platform YouTube on or about 26th of May 2021. On 10th of April...
Someone brought it up, yeah. Did the movie Pixels parody this guy? I actually still haven't finished watching that movie. I don't even remember why I stopped. I don't even remember it being like super awful. But yeah, as I understand it, it was a parody of Billy Mitchell and Pixels. I don't know how he responded to that. Why don't we find out? Let me see. That must have been consensual because I didn't hear him having a baby tantrum about that. Oh, I didn't remember this. Peter Dinklage plays a Billy Mitchell stand-in who's always bested Adam Sandler's character when they were kids. It's revealed the reason he was so good was because he cheated. Fucking hype. I'm assuming Billy Mitchell tried a lawsuit there. I'm curious. No, maybe not. Let me see. He must have consented to that then. Maybe that was too big of an opportunity for him to get upset about. They had the creator of Pac-Man get eaten by Pac-Man in the movie. That's a little different, though. Billy Mitchell is always adamant that he's never cheated. It's all legit. He is... What does he call himself? Is it the Gamer of the Century? Like, he calls himself fucking Gamer of the Century or something. What is his title? Oh, Video Game Player of the Century. Not even... Jesus, Gamer of the Century would have been better. Why Video Game Player? You just call yourself Gamer and you get one word for the price of 3. Jesus Christ. That shit is some turbo cringe. He hasn't met me. True.
April 2022, you posted on the web a video entitled Disgraced Gamer Billy Mitchell Accused of Extortion, which is the subject of a concerns notice sent to you on 20th of April 2022. On 7th of May 2022, you posted on the web a further video entitled I Cheated in a Speedrun and I Need to Come Clean, which read relevantly as follows. I needed to harness the power of the greatest gamer that ever lived. You're familiar with Billy Mitchell, world video game champion. He could probably do it, so I gotta find a way to harness his power, and I think I found a way. That's right, we are going to cheat. Mr. Mitchell was identified in the publication by his name. The words in their ordinary and natural meaning meant and were understood to mean that Billy Mitchell is a person who defrauds, deceives, or tricks other people and is a swindler. Billy Mitchell is guilty of fraudulently hoodwinking so as to obtain unfair advantage when competing in video games.
Yeah, that is what the meme is saying. I don't know how you really sue for the meme, though. Especially when Carl didn't even make the meme. He should go after the meme maker. In fact, he should just go after anyone that says anything about him on Twitter or Reddit. Like, just really put your tentacles all the way out there. Why not?
The words and the imputations are untrue and are grossly defamatory. Yeah, I'm sure they are. The video has been viewed by a substantial number of people and an extensive number of comments have been posted on your YouTube page. Section 10A of the Defamation Act at the time of your...
I'm actually shocked Billy Mitchell hasn't come after me yet. Not only have I made fun of this man extensively for years now, talked about him on the podcast quite a bit, I keep up with Billy Mitchell and the enjoyable tragedy that is his public reputation and how he just wipes his ass with it constantly. I'm super finger on the pulse when it comes to Billy Mitchell. I am shocked he hasn't tried. I suppose he's welcome to if he wants. I would absolutely fight that shit tooth and nail. I'd request that it be live streamed as well, so that way there's fucking content flowing from it. I think it'd be great. Billy Mitchell strikes me as the type of guy that would represent himself in court too. Even though none of his lawsuits have ever made it that far because they're such dog shit, I feel like if they did, he would represent himself. It would be just a content factory. Easy tier 1 shades in the resub 3 and Panther.
Publication requires Mr. Mitchell to establish that your publication has caused, or is likely to cause, serious harm to his reputation. Oh my lord. Billy Mitchell is a joke. He has become a parody of himself.
True.
This letter is nothing short of hilarious.
Not defamatory.
And I would otherwise
Truth.
be laughing if not for the fact that this is a real letter written by a real lawyer that my lawyers really had to respond to. I sincerely cannot believe that even he would stoop this low. But just think about this for a moment. The video wasn't about Billy Mitchell at all. I didn't talk about him or mention him. In fact, the video was about me cheating. All I did was include a 10-second meme that I didn't make, that isn't even of me talking, that's an obvious joke, that was released years ago and already has millions of views. And Billy Mitchell started
And now you're going to jail
against
for it.
me,
I bet you
claiming
regret
there's
it, huh?
defamation. But what makes this so much crazier
Too far.
is that Billy Mitchell did cheat. So not only does he want to sue me over a meme that someone else made, but he wants to sue me over a meme that someone else made that's true. And what's ironic is that there are
Huge.
hundreds of comments underneath the
that.
YouTube video of this clip of people making fun of Billy, joking, saying that he's going to sue them for posting it. And then he actually...
Yeah, how can you... As Billy Mitchell, They even quoted the YouTube comments in the lawsuit. So how can you as Billy Mitchell see these comments, them laughing at you, knowing you're going to sue him, and then still do it? You make yourself an even bigger joke. It is actually just impressive. Billy Mitchell is like a human snowball, like just tumbling down a mountain, getting bigger and bigger and bigger as more and more failures compound, and then eventually just having this comedic explosion at the bottom that everyone points and laughs at. What a remarkable legacy.
Actually does go and threaten to sue me for using that exact clip. This is what I mean when I say he is a parody of himself. People can't even joke about him anymore, because he really does act that way. Now, it's all well and good to laugh about how crazy this whole situation is, but unfortunately for me, it comes with huge consequences. I have done absolutely nothing wrong, and I will never be scared into silence by anyone. But until I win in court and defeat this madness, it's going to cost a ton of money. And I'm truly sorry, but I do need help. Maybe if I was the only variable in this whole mess, I could battle my way through it alone. But unfortunately, this affects my entire family too. And psychologically and financially, some help would really benefit not only me,
3D
but
print his
them
own
as well.
hair?
So I have set up a GoFundMe
Probably.
to help with my fight against Billy Mitchell. And any help would be immensely appreciated.
Absolutely.
This GoFundMe is set to cover the rest of my existing lawsuit, plus the new lawsuit that Billy Mitchell says he will be filing, plus having to deal with all of the other bullshit threats that come my way. This is in Australian dollars, so it's not as large as it seems, but it's still a very significant amount of money that it's
I think
going
it's
to take to
150K
defeat
USD.
Mitchell. There is light at the end of the tunnel though. In Australian court, generally the loser has to pay a lot of the legal fees of the winning party. So
How's the GoFundMe going? I hope it's going well. I haven't checked. Fuck yeah. Hey, that's a good day one right there. I'll be donating to it. I really think when Carl wins, I don't see a world where Billy somehow squeaks out a dub here. I think when Carl wins, Carl needs to countersue. And I will do whatever it takes to make that possible. I want to put Billy Mitchell against the ropes. I want Carl and Billy to duke it out in court. And I just want to be there with the popcorn to spectate. Because you can countersue for frivolous lawsuits. Knowingly filing bogus lawsuits isn't necessarily allowed. You can come back against that, for sure. So I really think once this is all settled, the dust settles, I think a countersuit is the right play.
So if I eventually win, which does seem extremely likely, Mitchell should have to pay back a lot of money. And I was thinking that in his honor, I could use that money to put on an epic gaming tournament. Perhaps we could call it the Gary Bobby Ferguson Memorial Epic Gaming Event for people who don't cheat in video games or sue people who call them out. I'm not sure. I might
Catchy
have to find
title.
a way to shorten it a bit. The next 12 months will not be good for Billy Mitchell. He has his trial against Twin Galaxies coming up, and in my opinion,
Oh,
and in
yeah.
the opinion of anyone who knows the details of Mitchell's cheating, he has absolutely no chance of winning.
I completely fucking forgot. Billy Mitchell is actually being sued right now. So in the middle of him getting sued, he is still sending out lawsuits. This man is unstoppable. I forgot Twin Galaxies is suing him. Since his records were hosted on Twin Galaxies, they hold him responsible for their reputation tanking and their public image being less trustworthy because Billy Mitchell was always like hoisted up by Twin Galaxies. So they're suing him. I don't remember how much for though. I actually completely fucking forgot about that. Can you give me something where I don't have to sign up? Thank you. No way Billy Mitchell won. What? I defeated Twin Galaxies in court in its misguided attempt to prevent me from having my day in court on my defamation claims. What? If you or to establish some sort of strong chance of prevailing rather than this case being simply allowed. Oh! So the case is going to trial. He didn't fucking win. It's going to trial and he's calling it a win. Okay. I see. Yeah. Court wasn't even allowed to consider competing evidence, some of which straightforwardly shows Billy's claims to be false, such as easily debunked claim that Billy never assisted Carlos. Okay, I see. Allegedly. Got it. He's cheating at court. This is just misleading. So this is just straight up fucking misleading. So he's celebrating the fact that the case moves forward now, which means it's all going to be scrutinized in court. Well, that's exciting. This was in September. Right? That's when this article was? September? Oh no, May this year. So it should be rolling around soon-ish. Man, this seems like a really great article on the whole thing. I'll have to read that later. But yeah, he is currently in a high-profile lawsuit right now, Twin Galaxies. That's why they sued him, right? I'm pretty sure it was over the, like, how badly he made their site look, like their business. Twin Galaxies got new ownership, and one of the big things he did as a power move was go after Billy Mitchell because of all the records that were bogus, allegedly bogus. I'm pretty sure that was the entire crux of it. Thanks, Resub Prophecy. Oh, wait, no, maybe I got it backwards. Is Billy Mitchell suing them? I thought it was... No, the Twin Galaxies head has a video up there talking about why he's going after Billy Mitchell. Is that in response to the Billy Mitchell suing them? Oh my god, how fucking deep does this go? Because I remember the video. Damn, I need like a full timeline right up here. Mitchell sued Twin Galaxies for defamation. Twin Galaxy attacks Billy Mitchell as fraud in new legal claims. So, is this a chicken and egg scenario? Who came first? They're going on the offensive in its long-running legal and public relations with Billy Mitchell. A cross-complaint filed. So they filed a counterclaim. That's what it is. Okay. So they filed a counterclaim. Got it. Jesus. What a ride. Thanks to the resub. Cooties, Easy, Shredder, and Flash. And the bitch chef.
Especially when even more technical evidence showing that he cheated keeps coming out. As if it wasn't already conclusive enough, recently, a huge document from an electrical engineer showed a mountain of new evidence that Billy's story isn't true. And when he loses this lawsuit against Twin Galaxies, oh boy, they are going to come after him hard. Mitchell can keep threatening people for now, but as soon as he loses one of these lawsuits, which is inevitable, he will be absolutely destroyed and everything will come crumbling down. So, this has been an update to what I've been dealing with.
So one thing Carl says that I think is a little wrong is everything crumbling down for Billy Mitchell. That makes it sound like Billy Mitchell has like a prospering career. He doesn't. Billy Mitchell is like the definition of washed up has-been. Everything will come crumbling down should all of these lawsuits not go in his favor, which I highly doubt they will. But it's not like he's in a good spot right now in general. People talk about him as the butt of jokes. He's not necessarily a celebrity. He's not looked at as a video game icon or champion or anything. He doesn't have like a big empire. He's just a big asshole who has ruined his own legacy and refuses to accept any level of responsibility. No one gives a fuck about Billy Mitchell aside from laughing at him for every frivolous lawsuit. He's got hot sauce. Oh, he does have hot sauce, actually. I saw that. You might get sued. I'm not saying anything defamatory. I'm just saying the truth of where he's at right now. He may or may not have cheated. There's a lot of evidence to suggest he did, but it's all alleged, of course. I'm just talking about him being a joke of a person. That's not defamatory. I find you sad. That's not defamatory. Watching you makes me laugh and feel sadness. Thanks, the resub Celtics. Is the hot sauce good? Actually, that's a great question. I'm going to order some of Billy Mitchell's hot sauce. This will be the first sale he's gotten in 5 years. I'll try it. I'll do a little review of it. Okay, I got it pulled up. I'll get me one of those bottles.
With behind the scenes. Again, if you have the means, I would appreciate any help, so please consider donating to my GoFundMe, or consider sharing this video. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
Love you, Carl. I have full faith Carl slam dunks this. Fuck yeah. You just donated to Billy Mitchell's GoFundMe by buying his hot sauce. I haven't bought it yet. Maybe I'll try and find like a third-party reseller. Though I'm not gonna lie, there is a part of me that is a bit concerned about botulism if I get Billy Mitchell's hot sauce. How much can he possibly know about food? I know he has a restaurant, if I remember correctly. Let me see. So maybe it's alright. Yeah, he does have a restaurant. It is tied to the restaurant. Shit, I can't decide. I'll think about it. I think that could be an interesting experiment. Thanks to resub Cole. He doesn't make it in his bedroom. Hey, you don't know. You don't know Billy Mitchell's cooking techniques. I don't know them either. I'm just saying there is like a little part of me that would be concerned. But again, maybe it's all by the book's hot sauce. I don't know. I'll look into it, but I think I might get myself a bottle and give it a try. Thanks, resub Arkrim. Here's a review from Amazon. Bought it as a joke because Billy Mitchell put himself back in the news. Total waste of money. Tastes like salt water and its ingredients are aged red peppers. That must be bell peppers because there's no flavor or heat. Allegedly. That's just a fucking review. I'm still going to say allegedly because Billy Mitchell is absolutely insane. Allegedly a lunatic. Great review, though. That actually sounds like something I would have written. That might have been Charlie from the future. I bought this as a joke because Billy Mitchell's back in the news. Legitimately my exact thought process right now. Thanks to gift sub Astro. Who is Billy Mitchell? Never heard of this motherfucker. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The only reason people know him is for this shit. He was the video gamer of the century back in the fucking 80s. This guy is literally still riding his own coattails, stuck in his own shadow from the fucking 80s. He held like the Donkey Kong world record. But then a ton of evidence came out, a ton of reports, a ton of claims, fucking forensic expert write-ups. An absolute mountain of evidence came out to suggest Billy Mitchell's records may have been fabricated. And then a floodgate was opened that confirmed a lot of other people's records were faked. Like a lot of records that were on like Twin Galaxies were just completely fraudulent. But Billy Mitchell has maintained his innocence the entire time and fights tooth and nail to sue anyone that suggests otherwise. He's a prime court. And there's the resub palm. Only knew of him because of Regular Show. Regular Show had a whole episode making fun of him. Yeah, that's what I just brought up. He sued them too. And lost. Just pulled up that case. Yeah, please support Carl. If anyone wants to see Billy Mitchell lose even more, help Carl win the case. He's a prime cookie monster. Buy the hot sauce after the case so you don't fund it. Yeah, that's a big brain strat. Thanks a resub Doge. An influencer product tier list. I don't know how many like wacky ones there are though, like hot sauce. And I would never consider Billy Mitchell an influencer. It's an interesting idea though. I'll give some thought to it to see what's out there. I think the resub burgers. Or Donkey Kong Records. That's how they found out in the documentary. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the... Like I said, there's been so much about Billy Mitchell and all that stuff. It is crazy, actually. It's very entertaining. Like, it's actually very, very entertaining. Even if you're not someone for, like, drama, per se, the whole story of Billy Mitchell and his records is fucking fascinating. Thanks to the resub Reed. And Ellie. You should make a hot sauce. That's something Matt and I have actually talked about before. We have a pretty cool idea for it, but I don't know if we'll ever do it. Manufacturing foods, just, I don't know, that's a lot. But we have a cool idea. Something we've kicked around over the years. No, the ALGS was last night for us. We got second place. Do a collab with Dr. Brenorium. Man, that sounds fucking miserable. Jesus Christ. I think it's a resub Blue Bear. And Herm. Is there anything new going on with the pink sauce lady? Yeah, I don't know how many of you knew this, but this isn't necessarily new. She teamed up with, here. Can't remember. It'll come up with this, though, I'm pretty sure. No, wait, hold on. Let me just look it up. What? Can you tell me who it was? Pink Sauce got, like, acquired by a major food brand in order to make it, like, passable in stores. Like, I think she even had, like, a Walmart deal coming up. Does anyone know who it was? This isn't new. This is, like, a month old now. It was Dave's brand. Was it Dave's brand? Let me see. That sounds familiar. Dave's Gourmet. Dave's Gourmet. That's what it was. Yeah. So, Dave's Gourmet must really like botulism, so they teamed up with Chef P in order to actually put pink sauce in the stores. Probably the less lethal variant of it, I would like to imagine. But yeah, that's the latest development, so not exactly the happy ending. That just goes to show you, man, even if something is legitimately dangerous, as long as it has a lot of people talking about it, you'll probably be just fine. Someone will be interested. Is the resub, or the Prime Harem, Flowers, and the resub Prodigy and Krusty. No, they teamed up back in August. That show segment from the Karamo show, that was last month. So they teamed up even before that. Thanks for the gift sub. Tickler. Good ending because it'll be safe. Yeah, but it still rewards someone for producing something that was legitimately dangerous, taking no responsibility for it, and victim blaming the people that were a little concerned. She shouldn't have been rewarded for that. And her reaction from the show was terrible. Oh, yeah. Again, that's just the taking no responsibility for it. Thanks to the Prime Rose and the gift sub, Reno. If you eat pink, yeah. So I guess another point to be made is if she didn't get acquired, she would probably still be making this in her home, and it would still be dangerous. So maybe Dave Gourmet's like taking one for the team. Like maybe they're the hero. Like Jesus Christ, this mad scientist is unhinged, and the authorities aren't stepping in to stop it. So we will. We'll buy pink sauce and then just let it die. I think that's possible. Maybe. You know, he deleted the video because of everything. The Karamo show, yeah, he deleted it. Couldn't even stand by it. Thinks the bit's nerdy. How's the old school RuneScape progress? Good. Got 99 rune crafting the other night. Coming up on 93 mining, and then finally done once I max mining. Well, finally done with like the boring skills. Then the last one I have is Slayer. So that's good. Thanks the resub. Fat. Have you seen the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Mobile game? I have. I haven't played it. I might play it, though, just because I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll give it a whirl. Hey, fuck yeah. Thanks for the raid, Pat. Thanks again. It's always so generous. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you're doing well. Thanks the Prime. own? What do you think of the Star Citizen controversy? I don't know what it is. Is it the game not coming out after all this $500 million of funding and years of developing? Thanks, resub low key and prime spooky. Thank you, Pat. I'm gonna give sub fates. I'll never understand the crazy RuneScape grind. Neither will I, brother, but I can't stop myself. I have to max my account. Thanks the bits, Wes. Yeah, they played great yesterday. It's an addiction, Charlie. Stop it. I just don't even feel addicted. I just feel like spiteful. Thanks the prime stinger. And the bits meme. Will I moist meter One Piece Red? Nah, it's been out for a while in Japan. No reason to moist meter it. But I liked it far more than I expected to. Can you give a quick rating for the One Piece film, Red? I'd probably give it like a nice, probably like 80, 85. 85 actually a little high. I'd give it like a nice 80. Closer to an 85 than an 80 though. I did like it. Even not being a huge fan of One Piece at the moment. It was just pretty much like a full-blown concert with a lot of very flashy action. But it just felt so meaningless since none of it's canon. So none of it actually mattered. I've never liked that. I don't see the point. DRX just won League Worlds. Did they? I wasn't watching. I know it was going on though. 3.1 million viewers in the category. DRX versus T1. DRX takes it. That's huge. I gotta be honest though, was pulling for T1. Uta is canon. The character is canon, but everything that happens in the movie is not canon. T1 has enough worlds. It's hard not to like T1 though. I don't know. It's just such a likable org. Like, Faker, come on. Thanks a gift sub, Davison. He's washed up. I haven't been keeping up with Worlds as much as I used to, but Faker had a great performance. He had a really good showing this entire tournament, really. I wouldn't call him washed up. I don't think anyone would call him washed up. But congrats to DRX. He looked bad in the finals. Well, I didn't watch the finals, so I can't comment on that. DRX really earned the shit out of this, though. Thanks for the resub, Hannah. You're watching the finals too. I just turned it on once DRX won. I wanted to see the trophy. Underdogs always win. Yeah, they had a pretty crazy ride to get there. Thanks, resub Bobbit. Moist Esports going to be hoisting that someday. Someday we'll be in the pro scene for League. You're going to buy a League team with Mr. Beast? Hey, eventually. And Mr. Beast is more than welcome to chip in with Moist Esports. We're already deep. I'm sure we could get that cooking in the LCS. Be the last savior for NA. Thanks to tier 1 banger. An hour wait just to say anything here? What? Oh, that was from the bot raid. Sorry, here. My bad. I didn't know it was still on that. Here. I was wondering what the fuck happened there. That's on me. I forgot. That's rough. Just came from Worlds, Faker L. I know, that's sad. I've got it pulled up right now. The trophy still looks good. I don't think it looks as good as most other World Championship trophies. Like the RLCS trophy was fucking hype. Siege from, I think it was Berlin, where it was, I think it was Jaeger, like a fucking full crystal Jaeger statue. Hype. This one's just more of like a standard cup, but I haven't had a good view of it yet. Siege is usually the fucking sledgehammer, which is also hype. Siege has the best trophies in the game. Charlie, Vital Pharmaceuticals went bankrupt, Bang Energy going broke. Oh, no! Oh, goodness! Not Jack Owak. Oh, God. Bang Energy parent company files for bankruptcy. Why? Thanks, Resub Jordan. I can't believe it. You telling me an absolutely unhinged CEO going rabid and making absolute... I don't even know the right word to describe his claims. Outrageous, I guess? About super creatine and shit? You're telling me that wasn't the recipe for success? And having women dance around and rub themselves over Bang Energy to sell it wasn't enough? Is there no justice? You think this is it for Bang? Oh, I have no idea. Vital Pharmaceuticals, though, being the parent company of Bang, does bode poorly, and Bang themselves is locked into a big lawsuit right now with Monster over their super creatine claims, which were just wrong. It's a prime cold brew. We need Elon to save the day. That's what Jack Owak needs to do. If he just makes a post on Twitter asking Elon to buy his company out, Elon would probably do it. Thanks, Resub Lucifer. You see that? Yeah, we already went over the Roblox developer situation. Ruben killed it on that. Oh, that'd be huge, Pinfire. How much to get you to perm your hair? Oh, I wouldn't do that. I don't fuck with shit like that. Yeah, I've got League Worlds up right now. I'm seeing it. I just obviously can't put it on stream at all. How did Sykkuno's watch party go? People were giving him a lot of shit for accepting it, which I thought was just misplaced. I understand like a little frustration where Sykkuno was the only licensed co-streamer for Worlds, but still. He is a big League guy. But yeah, I understand they wanted like at least more from the community as well. I think it was a little silly to only have one official English co-streamer. That's not Sykkuno's fault. That wasn't his call. Jack Owak put out a new video about bankruptcy on YouTube. No way. Oh my god. Is he addressing it head on, or is this him trying to prove the super creatine is real?
Hello and welcome, friends. I'm the CEO of Bang Energy, and I hope this message finds you well and thriving. With all the recent news and everybody from Bloomberg to BevNet being obsessed with Bang Energy, there have been numerous questions regarding super creatine and whether it's real. I can assure you that super creatine is real. Just like creatine monohydrate or any other forms of creatine, super creatine increases free creatine in plasma and blood and muscle.
Oh yeah, if this is your first time seeing Jack Owak, you're in for a wonderful surprise. This man dresses like what every 12-year-old boy in 1994 thought was cool fashion. He has like these awful, awful chains, the worst suits imaginable. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next clip we see him in some parachute pants.
For starters, even Monster's own bought and paid for study showed a rise of creatine levels in human muscles after test subjects consumed super creatine.
CEO Man 3000
in the Monster Commission study, despite the fact that the molecular creatine content in super creatine test subjects was unfairly underdosed by more than 63% compared to the creatine monohydrate group. Furthermore,
bro, just tell me about the
fact
lawsuit.
That in my opinion, the Monster study was defectively designed to make super creatine look inferior. Super creatine nevertheless elevated creatine levels in human test subjects. However, our super creatine validating research doesn't end there. We have another study conducted by researchers at Peking Biotech Medical School that demonstrated a significant and steady rise in free creatine levels in the blood after ingestion of super creatine. What's even more remarkable is that free creatine levels in the blood continue to rise.
Bro, just address the
24
lawsuit. I don't
hours
really.
after ingestion.
I don't really
We are
care.
obviously very proud and excited about the Peking study.
You can all. He's criticizing the Monster study for tanking the super creatine results, but he could have very easily had bogus studies on confirming the super creatine results. It's a door that swings both ways. I'd rather he just like address on the nose what's happening with the lawsuit more so than trying to like verify super creatine's real, which I'm gonna tell you I don't believe in at all. I don't think there's a fucking shot Jack Owalk, this absolute unhinged CEO of Bang, somehow cracked a new improved creatine for Bang Energy. I don't see it. But that's not even what I'm interested in. I just want to see how the lawsuit's going and this company going bankrupt.
Because it was well designed, featuring adequate dosages, appropriate blood sampling, and responsible controls. This sounds pretty...
Kind of fucked up companies can just hire labs to do bullshit studies to support obvious lies. Hey, it's been that way for years. You guys might remember back in... When was it? I think it was the 60s. Can't remember. We even went over it on stream. Back when there was this huge push against sugar. So in order to placate that, companies started hiring labs to do other studies to say, actually, it's not the sugar making everyone fat, it's the fat content. So then they'd start pointing to these studies like, no, sugar is unfairly blamed. It's fat. And for about, like 30 years, people believed it. Fat was vilified by the general populace. And sugar got off scot-free for quite a while. That's just how it's been for a long time, man. Thanks to Tier 1 Curly in the resub cloud and Dark Knight.
Pretty darn super to me. What about you? In a recent trial against Monster, we were issued a $293 million verdict.
Yeah.
This alone would cause almost any company to file bankruptcy. This, however, does not mean Bang is going out of business. Quite the contrary. Chapter 11.
We're doing better now than ever.
Reorganization to keep our business alive and to pay our creditors over time.
Jack, I'm going to be your business strategist here for a moment. You need to invest in even more chains and more almost nude women to promote Bang. We need to double down in the sectors that are going to make us pop off. And that's you as the influencer face on the YouTube channel and surrounded by all of the Bang Energy women like rubbing it in their ass crack and all that. That's where we need to put our focus for marketing, and we will survive this, I have no doubt, Jack.
Bankruptcy also allows us to put this judgment on hold and give Bang Energy time to restructure and continue to do business as usual. Let me repeat that, my friends. Bang Energy will be doing business as usual.
Amen.
In fact, with our new decentralized distribution system, I believe that you'll be able to find more flavors of Bang Energy in more places than ever before. In addition to our eloquent...
That's not, like... That's not, like, the great flex he really thinks it is. The bankruptcy reorganizing isn't a great thing to even spin positively. It's just coming across more sad than anything. But hey, to each their own, baby.
When Peking Biotech Medical School study demonstrating a significant and steady rise in free creatine in the blood for 24 hours, there is yet more evidence that super creatine is a remarkable invention. This sounds pretty darn super to me. What about you?
Nope.
Creatine monohydrate has terrible
You shouldn't ask me
solubility in
that.
water. I once stirred and left creatine monohydrate in a glass of water overnight, and the creatine monohydrate never dissolved. However, super creatine is highly water soluble and goes into solution within a few minutes. That sounds pretty darn super to me. What about you?
Still no.
Super creatine is stable in a beverage and
Still fucking no. All of this is just easily faked and easily manufactured and manipulated. It's just fucking worthless. It really is. And especially because you're only citing one study. You are still only citing a single study that was performed outside of the US, I'm pretty sure. Who was it? I believe it was Peking Bio... What was it? Yeah, was it the University of Biomedical Engineering that performed it? I think it is the one he keeps quoting. Where are they based? It's for international students taught in Chinese. So it is outside of the US, right? Is it in China? Hey, thanks for the 11 gift subs, Reven. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. And the resub, Reven. Thanks for the generosity. And thanks for the resub, Zombie. It's in Georgia? Is it? It's Georgia Tech. Why would they teach it in Chinese? Okay, here, how about this? No, it's not in Georgia. That doesn't seem like Georgia. I'm getting a strong sense it's not Georgia. Exhibits neon.
Water stable at room temperature. Other forms of creatine are not stable in water and over time degrade to creatinine. That sounds pretty darn super to me. What about you?
You gotta stop asking me,
This
Jack.
just
Still not.
in. We have preliminary evidence that shows that supercreatine may have a half-life in human plasma for roughly 7 days. Furthermore, supercreatine is made up of roughly 50% L-leucine.
Where was that? You're not gonna cite that one? This just in. I made something else up real quick. Who performed that study?
Have a half-life in human plasma for roughly 7 days. Furthermore, supercreatine is made up of roughly 50% L-leucine, which is known as the most powerful contributor to muscle protein synthesis out of all essential branched-chain amino acids.
You want to know a fun fact about that one? This claim's not even like super wrong. But you want to know what's interesting? Every fucking drink ever has this in it. It's not like Bang all of a sudden has this chemical X. This shit is found in every fucking drink. It is like one of the most common additives to a drink. Thanks to resub Rose. He must really think people that drink Bang are stupid.
Leucine, which is known as the most powerful contributor to muscle protein synthesis out of all essential branched-chain amino acids. In fact, no other creatine molecules contain the powerful amino acid L-leucine except for supercreatine.
What are you talking about? What? I don't know what the claim he's making in regards to supercreatine, but literally every single drink, every single, even not supplements, but the shake stuff, not Soylent, but you guys know what I'm talking about, like the flavor additives, like all that shit has that. All of it. Fucking all of it. It's not unique to Bang or supercreatine, unless he's somehow using it differently, which I don't think he is. Thanks to the resub Blasian. Thanks to the resub Gachi.
Hey, this sounds pretty darn super to me. What about you?
No, it sounds
And this is
standard.
why Monster
Stop asking me
suing
that.
us.
You
I
know
have a
where I
patent on
stand.
Supercreatine, which has made supercreatine off limits to Monster and Rodney Sachs. Monster CEO Rodney Sachs has been suing us for well over a decade. In fact, with lawsuits and counter lawsuits, Monster and Rodney Sachs have sued us 8 times. Rodney Sachs
That's
is
not a
now
good
suing me
thing.
personally and trying to destroy my family and children by taking away my house and other possessions. It is important to note that we recently filed a mega lawsuit against Monster Energy Drink and Rodney Sachs. This lawsuit refers to more than 120 reports of suspected links between consumption of Monster Energy Drink and serious adverse health events, including 10 heart attacks and roughly 20 deaths.
Let's take a peek at Bang's list of fatalities. I'm sure you're not far behind. Monster is significantly bigger than Bang, but I bet Bang has quite a long list of bodies here. Let's see. Bang-related heart attacks. Okay, let's take a peek. Let me find like an actual study as opposed to articles. Where's one that specifically focuses on Bang? These are all focusing on like general. I want one that hones in on Bang. Let me try being a little more specific. Thanks for the Prime, Jay. Let's try this. Okay. Still not focusing in on Bang. It just keeps casting the net wider. The reason I want to single out Bang, not only because of the monster callout, but Bang has more caffeine. So Bang has 300 milligrams of caffeine, which is a fucking ton. Like, that's a lot. And then I think, what does Monster have? Monster has 86. What? Is that right? Oh, 180. Where is this 86 coming from? Oh, this isn't giving me a whole can. I see. I see. Yeah, this wasn't the whole can. It was just giving me like a serving size of the can. So yeah, 160 according to this. So Bang is almost double the caffeine. Let's take this. So they're coming after Monster for heart attacks and adverse health effects. And that's going to be attributed to the caffeine because of like atrial fibrillation, I think is what it's called. From like too much caffeine. I'm going off memory here. And that's at 180, 160 milligrams of caffeine for Monster. Now double that. Bang's in a much worse spot. He's a tier 1 Zach in the Prime J. Like he is not thinking properly here. G Fuel has 302. Some of G Fuel does. Like my flavor doesn't. Because I don't need that much caffeine. So mine is not 300.
The 20 deaths. These reports are publicly accessible online via the FDA's Food Safety Adverse Event Reporting System. At this point, you have to ask yourself, why hasn't Monster Energy Drink been pulled from the market? Ironically, Rodney Sachs and Monster are quick to sue others. We know that Monster has been involved in well over 1,000 lawsuits. Many individuals and companies have been destroyed by Monster, who is now trying to destroy us. Remember, friends, what the great late Albert Einstein said, great spirit.
Caffeine's not correlated with AFib? I thought it was. Again, I'm going off memory. It's something, though. Here, let me at least get it right. What is it, then? Caffeine is directly correlated with some kind of heart condition, like too much caffeine. Let me see. Let's see. This says AFib. Let's go somewhere else then. Let me try something else. Here, let's try this one. Here's like a full study on it. No, even in this. It's not often. 94% of physicians agree something, even when its benefits have been demonstrated in randomized clinical trials, such as the use of beta blocker. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not... Okay, they're not directly linking it. Well, no, kind of. Focused on 3 types of specific arrhythmias. 1, atrial fibrillation. So it is listed there. Here, this is the study. God, no, I'll just Control F. Here's the prime theory in the resub Celis and Woody and Slum. But yeah, this is excessive caffeine. This isn't just like one energy drink kind of caffeine, which is what I was saying. Like too much caffeine. Here's a gift sub Hangman.
Have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Monster has recently received record-breaking judgments and verdicts totaling over $500 million, primarily because of Monster's insistence upon waging war against super creatine and me personally.
No one wants to go to war with you, Jack. You're too cool,
As we are
too
of
scary.
super creatine, I don't know anybody who drinks a Bang energy drink because of super creatine. Do you? In fact,
that's like your main selling point. What do you mean? Of course there's people that do. Bro, you hype super creatine up like it's like a panacea. There are absolutely people that drink Bang Energy just because of the fucking super creatine claims. What are you talking about? Now you're just blatantly lying. What are you saying? That is your main talking point. Outside of the women shaking their ass and their tits next to a Bang Energy can, the next thing that you try and market is the super creatine. It's like the crux of your strategy.
Consumers purchase Bang Energy because of super creatine. Hey friends, please comment in the section below. Why do you drink Bang Energy? We love you, friends. We appreciate your support and hope and pray that God's blessings chase you and your family down all the days of your lives. Thank you for your loyalty. Thank you for your support. Make no mistake, my friends and loyal supporters, Bang Energy is coming like a freight train and cannot be stopped.
Oh shit, he's ripping on it. That double bass going hard. Alright, thanks for resub, Coho. I would say not the best defense of the massive lawsuit, but it could have been worse. Bang CEO says yes to the dress. Oh, someone recommended that last time and I forgot. They made like their own documentary about themselves. Well, he made his own documentary about himself, and his family were just side characters in it. Thanks for the 5 gift subs, Leo. Alright, let me fill up my water real quick. Give me just 1 sec. back. Thanks to Tier 1 Bradley. And the resub Pooping and Prime Hemlock. Makes the resub Slapping. Alright, let's see him say yes to the dress. Some kind of dress that he had an issue with before. They softened him up for the show. He burned that dress right after. All staged. No. Of course it's not staged. Actually, to be honest, I bet everything that happened at the shop probably was like a little of Jack leaning into him being the douchebag, but that's just kind of Jack. Like, that is very Jack Owak behavior, to be honest. Thanks for the gift sub, Etherius. And the bits Bert. And the resub Etherius. Did you watch Worlds? I didn't watch a ton of Worlds, but I did see DRX 1. Thanks, resub Joseph. Nah, not doing that one, Plutonian. Thanks, you Tier 1. Tired. When was that video made? Oh, I don't know. It was pretty old, though, it seemed. League looks so boring to watch, cannot get invested in it. It's a game where you have to, like, play it to understand it. It's hard as, like, a new spectator, but it's a little easier than Dota to understand. Dota, I put a decent chunk of hours into Dota over the course of, like, a month or two, and I just went back to League. But I felt like I had at least a fundamental understanding of the game, but when I watch the International, and I always at least try to watch the International, I just get so confused. It's so much all at once. I really need to get back into Dota because I want to watch more of it. It's just so much to process all at one time. And there's so many mechanics. You playing League again? I haven't hopped on League again recently, but I always have that itch. I think Elden Ring will be Game of the Year. Either Elden Ring or God of War. Yeah. Whew. I think the chant has a shot at it. It just might. Thanks, Prime Jason. And the bits Shiner. Have you played the Burger King video games? Like Sneak King? I actually never played Sneak King, I don't think. Let me see what the speedrun's like. 26 minutes? Is there cool tech?
So this is my post-commentary for... And then, yeah, we run and slow down at the truck. And 24. Running to the wires.
It looks like just running from person to person.
At this point, since the cycle is disrupted, it's, well, the last... Next, I'm gonna have a very fast...
Man, this seems like a fucking awful speedrun. Holy shit.
This individual over here, and chain count 5 means you have to obtain a chain count 5, meaning 5 deliveries in a row without being spotted. So the challenge done something weird to me that it had never done, and this person was second. That is start the space.
No glitches, no tech.
Hide in this book.
Damn, that's a shame. Damn, this guy's been running it for 7 years. Either way, if he starts playing League again, there's going to be someone complaining in chat that it's trash. Someone. Try like half the chat. I still go back and do like checkups on League like once a year, but then I can feel like the addiction start trying to take hold again, so I kick it quickly. Exhibits Twitch. Actually, tier 1 volt base. I've seen like every salty controller spike from Smash Bros. I don't think there's any Smash Rage I haven't seen. Thanks to Prime Seth. The problem with LoL, its community is... No. People always blame the community for League and why people, like, give it a bad reputation. It's not even that. Like, yeah, the community's, like, hyper-toxic in a lot of cases. But it's the fact that it relies so heavily on your team. And it takes a long time. So you can have, like, a 40-minute game that just doesn't go your way, even though you played out of your fucking mind. But you have, like, one... maybe two teammates that don't perform super well and you lose. So now you're out 40 minutes, you lose LP, dick in your hand, and it just feels like a complete fucking waste. You feel powerless. And it's not just exclusive to League. It's same feeling as in Overwatch, but the difference is League just takes much more of a time investment. Queuing into the game, pick ban stage, all of it. It's just such a long process for a single game that can be all undone by a bad teammate no matter what you do. So it's not even really like the community, it's just any game that relies heavily on teamwork to that level. Dota games are even longer. Yeah, I guess they can be for sure. Play game, win, feel nothing, losing, day ruined. Yep. And that's another thing. When you do win, like that 40-minute, 50-minute game, you usually don't feel good. You still feel mad about the situation for having it take so long, and you don't get like a huge LP dopamine drop or anything like that. So when you're winning, you're not feeling great, but when you're losing, you're feeling devastated. Thanks the resub, Gav. You win, then you're mad that you didn't do better. There's plenty of reasons. Oh, is your PC fan going crazy? Bro, I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. You still do do you still do new release bad game days? I haven't in a little while. Most of the bad games I've been playing recently aren't like brand new. Like I did Nickelodeon Kart Racers 3 Slime Speedway yesterday. It's not like brand new, it is newish, and it was one of the worst games of the fucking year. It just takes so long to find enjoyably shit games on new releases. PC can't handle all that super creatine. Yeah, maybe that's the problem. The formula is too powerful. These are the bits, bruh. You should do Sonic 06 before Sonic Frontiers. It's not a terrible idea. I don't think I will, but I do actually kind of like the idea. You see the new trailer for the Devil in Me Dark Pictures game? Nah, but I can't fucking wait. I always have so much fun fucking playing these games with Jackson. They're so enjoyable. I have to sign in to confirm my age? What the fuck? How hard does this go? What? Okay. I wouldn't say all of them are pure dog shit. Like, there's definitely things about them that don't work well. But like Man of Medan, I actually think was a competent game with a good story. But the following ones have not been able to reach the same level. Thanks, resub. X-Tice. Any crazy cryptids? Let's see. Nope. Doesn't look like it. Nothing too new here. Did I see Atriox tattoo? No, I heard it was related to League of Legends Worlds, though. Let's see. Where can I find it? I'm just going to try typing in Atriox tattoo. Getting a tattoo after your team wins shows pride, but getting one the day before they play, that shows confidence. What? Wait, what? Is this real? Did he actually get this? Yeah, T1 lost. This had to be one of the temporary ones. But he did shave the arm here. You can see a lot of the hair follicles here. But I think even for the fake ones, you need to shave the arm. I did see he had a good comeback for it. Saying that he was just always the biggest fan of MKLeo. So he had something in his back pocket. MKLeo being the best Smash Ultimate player in the world. Thanks to the bits magic. What the fuck? No, I haven't heard that one before, Magic. Not red or anything, definitely a temp. Yeah, I feel like it would be, but I don't know when he took this. Like, maybe this was after it started healing, but I still feel like there'd be more red in there. 100% temporary. Yeah. I've never seen like what happens with a temporary tattoo, like one like this. Well, I guess it could have been like a stamp one. Though I don't know where you'd find a T1 World Champ stamp. I don't know how the temporary ink gun ones work. You can get the custom temp / henna tattoos for pretty cheap. Yeah, that might be it. If it's real, I mean, that's fucking hype. Yeah, that's red ink. Feels a tad real. I just feel like there'd be more red around the letters here. Though I've never had tattoos with letters. All my tattoos get very red. But I don't have any words on me, so maybe those don't. Thanks, Resub Zero. I guess we'll see. Get the same tattoo for science. Yeah, I'll just gamble on the next one. I'll do the same tattoo, T1 World Champs, but 23. And hope that that pans out. He tweeted a vid of getting it done. Where? Like under here. It is so dangerous to scroll comments. I'm not doing that again. There could have easily been a council of cock there. No raised skin. I can't tell. It doesn't look like it's raised, but it also could just be very minimal. Could have seen Lud's nuts down there. Yeah, true. That would have also been just as disastrous. Okay. We'll know soon enough. Stan's pulled it up on stream. Ah. Moist Esports tattoo on your ass. We were all going to get Moist Esports tattoos if we won the RLCS World Championship. But unfortunately, we fell short. We'll do it again, though. If we win RLCS World Championship 23, we'll get the Moist Esports tattoos. The tattoo is real. Let's see.
Yo, it's real.
Let me see the evidence.
Let's go. Oh,
that is pretty compelling evidence.
yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there is temporary tattoos that do use the ink gun, but they fade. I could be wrong. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, so Inkbox, freehand, temporary. But this looks like a kit you can do yourself. Yeah, here it is. It's more of like an airbrush as opposed to like the actual needles. Not saying it is, but it could be. Those last about 6 months. I don't see how long they last here, but yeah. They do exist. There's even a whole company for it. Ephemeral tattoo. Made to fade tattoo fades in about 9 to 15 months. That's kind of fucking hype, actually. And, well, actually, and it does use the needles. Which means if he did get that, he'll be just in time to get it again for T1's 2023 run. Things resub saltiest. And the bits Wes. You need some SoundCloud face tats. Nah, I don't think I'd ever get face tats. The next one I really want to do, though, is hand. I need to do my other hand. It's just hard to motivate myself to go get it done. I want to do the Evolution of Tears record art. I think it'll look really cool. Thanks to Tier 1 Midnight and the resub Dark Flame and Supology. Aged tattoos are not great as they start to blur. Aged anything's not great. Aged faces, aged skin, aged sack, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't even single out tattoos. As you age, everything starts to look worse. Who gives a fuck? No reason to concern over that. Aged cheese. We're talking about the human body. Jesus Christ. He's a prime Crulian. Oh, did we just hit daylight savings time? Is it actually 1:30? I thought it was 2:30. We must have just hit it. That's fucking big! Let's go! Holy shit. Anything is possible. Thanks to resub hugs. That's big. Thanks, resub Victory. And Zach. Don't have daylight saving times in Thailand? Well, you're missing out. Look at all the fun we're having traveling around through time. Thanks to resub Laya. Alright. Well, I'm going to bed. It's not actually 1:30, it's 2:30. So I'm getting tired. Alright, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Everybody donated. Big thanks. New subs. Welcome aboard. Sub means a lot. Thanks for subbing. Enjoy the emotes. Hope you all have a great rest of your evening. And I will see you all tomorrow. Let's see. Who's streaming? I'll just toss you over to Just go on over to Caleb's doing a subathon. I don't know how much longer that's going for because I think he's already been live for like 18, 19 hours. I'm just gonna toss you to Dankin. He just started. All right, have a good night. See you tomorrow. Oh my god, what? Am I not logged in? I'll do it from here.